welcome to the next installment of appabend's meme stream. Sorry that I haven't been making a lot of videos lately in the past couple of weeks. That's because why is the studio mode switching there? Should be switching right there. Okay. Sorry about not being able to make videos in the past couple of weeks. I've been very busy of a lot of things and a lot of issues within my particular end. Apparently, a bit of a very... Oh, hold on. Why did I pause that? One thing that I really need to very warn you about, and one thing that will pretty much affect me going forward from this point on, is that it's a bit of an update on regarding the coronavirus thing. I'm pretty sure we all got affected by it in a lot of ways or the other. And it turns out that recently, in the past week, a family member of mine is having a very close interaction with somebody who got confirmed to get hit with the coronavirus. And at that point, we're pretty much doing our best to isolate ourselves, and I've been doing nothing but finishing the daily chores and just I mean, that's what I've been doing all this time. But now that a family member of mine and a friend of a family member of mine got hit by it, and she frequently interacts with that particular family member, and the fact that this person got positive with the coronavirus, it gets a little bit more intense. So I have to be the one doing the chores. I have to be the one doing everything. It has to be by myself. That particular family member is my aunt, and she's the one doing the chores here daily. Now I have to be the one doing it. Now it has to be my brother, it has to be my sister, etc. But aside from that, I'm pretty much fine. No signs of the coughing or the virus thingy, but I do have a masker on. I do want to wear it. Might as well wear it for the sake of aesthetic. For aesthetical purposes, let's wear this mask. Just to kind of celebrate on it. Actually, no. Why this mask in particular? I can just wear this. This is a lot sexier. Or a lot sexier, a lot more feminine. You can say that. There you go. I love this mask. It's a lot bigger than the blue one that I have. Blue one needs a bit more washing though. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing very well. What you guys been watching? What you guys been listening to? What you guys been doing? What you guys have been playing? What you guys been fapping to? Let me know in the chat below. Or not below, in the side or the video side somewhere. As we get through the first 1 hour of the stream doing Q&A stuff. Before we get into the cringe, before we get into all the dumb stuff. All that stuff. Yeah. Before we get to all of that. And yeah. As for me, what have I been playing? I've been playing, let's see, I'm going to check my Steam library. I've been playing a variety of games, and I've been getting rather bored lately. Actually, I've never actually, the funny thing is, I've never actually played Batman Arkham Asylum. I skipped straight to City because I thought City's gameplay was a hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better, a hell of a lot more refined, and the fact that it's a sandbox game, you can do pretty much actually. Shouldn't have done this. Maybe shouldn't have wore a mask on a stream where I talk constantly. Oh man. Now everybody's gonna re-wear a mask or something along those lines. I mean, like, but anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny that I skipped Arkham Asylum, but I played Arkham Asylum because I'm really interested in how they did the Scarecrow stuff. Apparently, it's fourth wall breaking. Some elements of it is very fourth wall breaking, or makes unsuspected players to not really know what's gonna happen next. And I played the Scarecrow parts, and holy shit, it's really good. Really, definitely worth it. The Scarecrow bits in the game is worth it if you just want to. If you've never played Arkham Asylum before, and you just want to play through it, like the Scarecrow bits are worth at least one playthrough. And aside from Asylum, what have I been playing? That's it. I guess that's it. I guess some Titanfall 2. I replayed Titanfall 2 again because I bought it on Steam Summer Sale. Which, by the way, what have you guys bought on Steam Summer Sale? I'm kind of interested too. Bought Arkham Origins. I bought Titanfall 2. I bought Far Cry 3. I bought a couple of the Assassin's Creed games. I bought Wolfenstein and New Order. I bought Max Payne 2 because apparently I didn't have Max Payne 2. Like, what the... Why I didn't have Max Payne 2? It's been a while since I played Max Payne 2. Yeah, aside from that, nothing much. Just trying to survive in this plague-infected pandemic world. But, oh yeah, as usual, Streamlabs, links down below. Donate to Rec down below, or you can actually, you know what I'm probably gonna do next in the far future ahead is I'm probably gonna find a way to revamp my content in some way. Just doing the whole regular thing where I'm just talking in front of the camera and just doing the avatar thing. It's nice and all, but I do really want to find a way to evolve from that in somehow. Maybe somehow involve me doing it live action in some way. It would be nice. That would be nice if I'm actually just doing that. So I'm just gonna be, well, I don't know what. Just gonna be thinking about that and how to revamp the whole thing, and maybe doing so I could probably produce more content, more varying sorts of content than the ones that I usually produce, which I produce a lot less content these days because it's just the hooplas of getting rather boring. The hooplas that I want to talk about on stream because it's a lot more fun talking about the hooplas on stream. But the ones that actually do exist, the hooplas that actually exist, and it's just trying to make a video on them, and I'm just like, nice, boring. Everything's so boring these days. I'm kind of like Sherlock. I have to pick the cases that I'm only interested in. Yes, there's a really big problem. There are a lot of scandals happening left and right, but I kind of like Sherlock, and I have to I'm only interested in the case. Sorry, not just Sherlock House. I'm only interested in the cases that are genuinely interest me, and that's where I'm going to do this. The problem is, there's just been no case. There's nothing. There's nothing. But anyway, or at least nothing that interests me. YouTube tells me there are 70 people watching, but when I click on the list, there's just Appa shaking my head. I've been sleepless these past few weeks, but I'm extremely happy by the fact that I've not been passing all my exams successfully, but that my brother-in-law survived the Corona-chan. Jeez. Yeah, it's been getting serious lately. The Corona-chan is affecting pretty much everybody at this point, including myself, and yeah, it's terrible. Be careful, wear on the mask when you're outside, when you're inside. Actually, still be careful regardless when you're inside. Anyway, I haven't playing that much, but I recently picked up my Tsukihime playthrough, start playing Melty Blood as well after my studies. Actually, I need to keep on playing Tsukihime. I just started playing Tsukihime and I just got bored halfway through. Not halfway through, just like barely 1/10 the way through. I don't want to come across as being pompous, but shout outs to the Chads. Instead of giving up studying in the middle of the pandemic, decided to kick forward and complete their studies. Actually depends on the studies as well. There are a bunch of people, some people chose to study their typical college stuff that they study about, but others, they chose to study more productive stuff like, video editing and everything like that. Which my cousin's been doing. My cousin's been trying to learn DaVinci Resolve, which is the video editor that's actually free. But for the love of my life, as somebody who uses Vegas very frequently, I just cannot get into DaVinci Resolve. Even though it's undeniably the color grading is a lot more powerful. A lot of the features, a lot of the effects in there are a lot more powerful than Vegas. I just, for some reason, the workflow that DaVinci Resolve is trying to offer me just doesn't fit for my particular use case. Hey Appa, just gonna leave this question here regarding Final Fantasy VII Remake. I got the suspicion that the story might be building up to a Dragon Quest Your Story type of twist. I mean, it's going to change, definitely. One thing I can say for sure is that I think that, and from what I'm seeing, the plot, from what I'm seeing with people's summary of it, haven't played the game, but from what I've been seeing on the scenes and how people describe the plot and the actual plot summary itself, I think that the remake is going to deviate in a very significant way compared to the compared to the original. Appa Sleeping Brother to $1. Nintendo had a treehouse today. It was 90% Bakugan Let's Go Pikachu. Really? Not familiar with that, but thank you so much for the donation. Keep them coming. Apparently, the word LARP means live action role playing. Yes, in case if you don't know what it is, LARP means live action role playing. We're gonna have a bunch of people who are doing the live action role playing. I won't spoil what, but it involves this. Let's just say that it involves a lot of these. Appa, you really need to check out the Hololive Indonesia girls. They have the same humor as you. Well, what do you expect? If they're Indonesian, they're always gonna have the same humor. And a lot of them. I'll get some of them. I said just one man. My personal I like Spider-Girls, though relation to the Marvel Comics 2 character. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Appa, talk about how Nintendo's toys got overhyped about Nintendo Mini Direct and got slam dunked by Byakugan. I'm I didn't pay attention to what that event is, that particular event. So, out of curiosity, do succabees count as monster girls? Technically speaking, kind of yes. This is late for Appa. I was rendering my intro. There's one segment that I changed. There are only intros have some only minor changes, and there have been a lot of videos that I genuinely want to put in there, that I really like to put in there. Horror game incoming. The Ghost of Appabend. There's the sound. You should read Pun Pun. There's music. Did you watch Hunter x Hunter? I might not watch the first hour much swimming at points. Do you think Avatar The Last Airbender is good? Avatar The Last Airbender is pretty good. Yeah, I do think it's one of the best cartoons ever made. It's a great cartoon. Yeah, what about it? Meme streams. Yeah, I was listening to Wakai Popo by Sold Out. Shit happens. What is your favorite porno? It's a weird question. Sorry to hear about your aunt. Appa has a sister. Yes, I have a sister. If you watch my videos, you pretty much know. Meaning Appa has to move his fat ass. You don't know if Corona can spread through the internet. Did anyone dox in the past? No. FTC's Mansion Fire Emblem. God damn it, Appa. Is there any more out there? Is Persona? Never mind, I don't want to know. Also, I've been playing Persona 4 Gold on PC this week. So far, I'm loving it. Appa is protected from COVID now. If you and 6716 you need to take a break from prevention, we'll understand it perfectly. Why are you wearing panties on your face? Been fine watching Black Sails with pals. Appabend needs to get a go mask. Oh shit, I didn't turn on voice meter when I put on the music. That's why the music didn't pop up the first time. Oh fuck, boomer moment. Stupid me. Fuck. What is your top 10 shows? Depends. Live action shows or cartoons? As for live action shows, I couldn't really pick one. I couldn't really pick 10, although House would definitely be there. Breaking Bad would definitely be there. Yeah, those are the twos that I can think of. I think from the thumbnail, we're unfortunately going to see me talking about those damn Persona 5 stands. Yes. Been playing Persona 5 Golden. Persona 4 Golden. Better yet, I might not watch the first 40 minutes at 7 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. Been trying to fix my PC. The bastard won't boot the OS. Ugh. Sounds like it could have been could be your hard drive issue. Could be your hard drive's failing on you. Finally continue to play Valkyria Chronicles 4. Finally beat Zelda 2 on the NES the past week. Damn, that game was brutal, but I did it. Hey Appa, is it racist to voice character that don't match your race? Does that mean all anime dubs are racist? I think we've discussed that last week. To short answer, no. Long answer, no. What is your top 10 anime? Top 10 anime, depends. Are you talking about a series of animes or film animes? Film animes I haven't seen that much to make my top 10, but anime series... if we're gonna combine both of them, Monster's gonna be one of them. Perfect Blue's gonna be in there. Black Lagoon or Another Schools Club. What else? I suppose Death Parade should be in there too. Yeah, those are ones I could think of. Parasite is in there as well. Currently, I'm near the end of Yakuza Kiwami's story. Well, it's kind of shorter than Yakuza 0. Appa's gonna give us the Rona. Very rare mask. This week I watched Ford vs Ferrari. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. Surprisingly accurate to the in real life story. Also, F1 is back. I'm not too sure about the real life story, but from what I've seen in the movie, at least the movie, I do really enjoy the film Ford vs Ferrari. It's pretty good. It's pretty enjoyable. Top 10 cartoons. I haven't been seeing that much cartoons lately to pick my top 10. Sorry guys, just doing some errands today with my brother. Are the 2B subs of JoJo accurate? I asked because I saw how they changed Oingo and Boingo's name. Yeah, they changed that for copyright reasons apparently. They don't just change Oingo Boingo, they just change they also change a lot. Hey, JoJo changed a lot of things in the subs for copyright reasons as well. I think it was Crazy Diamond changed to Shining Diamond, I think. There are so many changes. It's just copyright stuff. I just got my Symphony Castlevania cert today for free because my other one got ruined in the wash. Oof. What's your top 10 movies? Can't think of one. Can't think of 10 at the moment now. I watched episode 10 to 14 of JoJo Part 2 and I like it. On what I've been watching, Part 2 is my favorite so far. That is, when I watch Part 2 as well, I automatically think like, yeah, Part 2 is my favorite. But then I watched Part 4 and Part 4 is then my favorite. And then I read Part 7. Actually, I haven't read Part 7. Then people say that Part 7 is a lot better. So I've been beating my meat to everything in Alice in Wonderland related. It's quite impressive how many Japanese artists make media out of it. So I have this problem with my Aunt PC. The desktop is pink with no icons. The taskbar refused to show and the start bar keeps loading. I can't even use Windows R command. What should I do? The taskbar refused to show. If the taskbar refuses to show and the start bar keeps loading, that's definitely something wrong with the OS. Try. I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to reinstall somehow. Either that or get the hard drive or the SSD out of the drive. Get the OS drive out. Try to back up as much data as you could in another computer. That's the best you can do. Bought Absu, Valhalla, and that Toho Metroidvania. Bought Sonic Generations, $1, I kid you not. Also, Sonic All-Stars Racing. The port is terrible, don't buy it, buy the console version if you can. And Indivisible, didn't play it yet. Apparently, I heard that Indivisible, the RPG, it's a lot of it is influenced in the Indonesian culture, which is very interesting. I've had a lot of games on Steam. There's a Chicken Run sequel in the works. I see that you are a monster, Chad. Hashtag Johan did nothing wrong. Do you like Tower of God? I haven't seen Tower of God. Everything is so gay. Always make videos that you have fun making. Ooh, woo. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't been making videos lately because the videos that I'm trying to make are just not fun. It's just been boring. Topics have been boring. There are a lot of hooplas, there are a lot of dramas, but I'd rather talk about them on stream. It's a lot more fun with you guys. But actually, you know what? Just to fill in the void of a lot of videos, I could probably do... I could probably just like find a way to snippet the Memestream clips and just combine them all into one package or something along those lines. Hi, Appa played the Stanley Parable for the first time in 5 years. Cool. You should watch Xavier Renegade Angle. I don't know what that is. There's stuff happening, but it's been happening for a month now and nothing has changed about it. Yeah. Haven't got a thing from Steam during the sale. However, I did buy Broforce, the Double Dragon and Kunio bundle sale on PS4. If you're Sherlock, does that make your girlfriend a Rule 63 Watson? No, actually, my girlfriend, she has a much better like memory in general compared to me. I forgot a lot of things, and actually, it depends. It depends on which. I suppose the traits are interchangeable. Also bought Agents of Mayhem. Objectively, it's meh, but oh boy, do I have fun with it. Should have been a cartoon though. The game's aesthetics would do well in a cartoon series. Shit's going down while watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Sub. Did Appa got Corona-chan? No, my family, the friend of my family member got the Corona-chan, and that means I have to do the lockdown. Sorry. I was immune to the virus. Sure. I buy Warhammer 40k Dawn of War, the full DLC pack. Do you browse 4chan? No. How many people have pools? I do not have pools. I have a pool. I suppose you can say I have a pond. I have a pool for the swim, but not exactly a human-sized pool. I don't think the Koof has a very high mortality rate. Numbers I've heard were below 1% if I recall correctly. I held off on art school because I'm not doing online classes. I'm more of a hands-on learner. As much as I like your takes on the hooplas, I like to see you talk about memes and shit as well, like a mid-stream reprieve of the dumb takes. There are definitely memes, but the memes are going to be related in the hooplas in some ways or the other. But the thing about memes, the thing about me talking about memes is that there's really nothing much to talk about it. Like, I show a meme, right? I show a meme and everybody laugh and then we move on. That's it. That's it. That's the reason why I don't really show a lot of memes in my meme stream. A lot more hooplas and less memes. And while memes are funny and all, I just show the meme, everybody laugh, and then everybody move on. That's just the process of how memes entertainment works. Is that it's very quick, very instant like that, and there's really nothing much to be reacted on. Bad takes, however, there are a lot of arguments. There are a lot of intrigue. There are a lot of conflict in it. Memes don't really invite conflict. It's nice. It's definitely nice. It's definitely refreshing, but there's no conflict in it. We need conflict, and there's definitely something that needs to be talked about. There's something that our desire that pumps our desire to get mad and unleash our how you say it, our frustration towards this dumb world that we're living in, because the world is dumb, people are dumb, and we'd like to make fun of that fact and just pretend to be smarter than them for just a couple of hours. I mean, it's just refreshing. At least that's my opinion. I pressed backspace while typing in the chat, and YouTube made the genius idea to bring me out to the chat. As much as I reread that. Been grinding to research, ship Odin in Azure Lane, our blood commanders rise up. What's the name of the free editing software? I want to look it up now. The free editing software is called DaVinci Resolve. All you need to do is just basically register yourself, your full name, your everything like that. You just need to have a full identification before you can actually download, and once you're done that, you're pretty much done. There is a paid version, but the paid version only includes like more neural network, I suppose, neural network features and additional plugins for it. But those are used for like very advanced, very enterprise users, like very companies like editing companies or film companies. It's used mainly for them, and it costs like $300, which to be fair is a lot cheaper than Vegas Pro or Premiere, or at least if you count all, if you just gather up, if you just total all the subscription prices that you have to get for Premiere. Yeah. Are you a gamer? That's yeah. No. Watch the remake Kill Cloud. I think it's gonna happen. Sky Williams is gone. Is D&D overrated? I haven't played D&D that much, or at least at all, actually. I heard that Spain's doing very well now, or at least freaking auto scroll. Or at least Tenerife is almost better. Tenerife? Is that how you pronounce it? Dang, Persona stands. Was doing grinding at Fate Go after getting Hijikata and the GSSR. I still want Raikou, it still works. Is that why Ren picked this week? Yes. If anyone, they're talking about Bakugan. There's gonna be a new Bakugan game. That Bakugan is a thing that I haven't heard in a while. Bakugan is, oh man, that's a thing that I haven't heard in a while. I used to have one of them toys. Sephiroth is gonna berate the player for fapping the Tifa. Could see some deviations for the remake, but it seems more likely to still stick with the key things from the original. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. Succubus are sort of bad girls. Did you see the God of High School? I haven't seen God of High School. Have you ever watched Bubblegum Crisis? I haven't seen Bubblegum Crisis. Are you gonna watch the Ubisoft conference at the Devolver Digital tomorrow? I heard Ubisoft's gonna give away Watch Dogs 2. They're already doing the giveaway of Watch Dogs 2, which Watch Dogs 2 was just meh. Better than Watch Dogs 1 in terms of gameplay, but I thought the story could have been a lot better. It's just there's nothing happens in the story. It's just completely uneventful as hell. And Far Cry 6 is going to be in it. And the coolest thing, funny thing about Far Cry 6 is that Giancarlo Esposito is in it, as in Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, which is funny now that we have two Far Cry characters in Breaking Bad, or at least the Breaking Bad universe. Voss is in Better Call Saul, and Gus is also in Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, so that's kind of freaking interesting. What's next? And Far Cry 9 is going to be... Holy shit, Far Cry 9 is going to be Tuco Salamanca. Wait, I want Far Cry. If Tuco is gonna be in Far Cry somehow, please, for the love of God, make Tuco to be in Far Cry. It would be fucking amazing. I want Tuco to be in Far Cry. It would be crazy. Ooh. Anyway, whereas Appa Sis is kawaii. Have you seen her though? We just sleep with a cute mermaid if she stinks like a fish. Well, isn't that what happens? Isn't that what happens when you're going through the sea, and the sea is not exactly doesn't exactly produce a good smell. Monster Girl enthusiasts here, Succubus are indeed monster girls. They follow their demon family or have their own, depending on the series. Hey Appa, hello. At a Treehouse event where people to look over speculation to the max, who really thought another Metroid or Wario Land would get made when Nintendo said Way Forward game was third party? I have to deal with a school bully who is so mad that I made a fool of him, he's willing to turn the whole class against me anyways. It's Friday night. Ding, 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 ding. House, a man of culture. Really? Why does God always ruin my Wi-Fi every time I watch your streams? Was trying to finish Quantum Break, but the final boss is kind of annoying. Persona 4 Royale. House MD is my first favorite TV show personally. Ah, cool. Yeah, I really love House as well. And I can't believe that I finished it all the way up to season 8. Did you check out the new The World Ends With You anime? I played The World Ends With You. That's the game I played. I played The World Ends With You. I played it on DS version, but I played it on the phone, and it's wonky as fuck because I don't have a fucking stylus in it just to play the game. I have to use my finger, and using the finger to play the game is wonky as fuck, and I'm like, holy shit. This does not work so well on the phone, unless if your phone is like a Note 10 or a Note series in the Samsung where you got the stylus or you have a stylus already. It's just wonky as fuck when you're playing it on the phone. But that being said, World Ends With You, I don't know why. The World Ends With You is one of those games that I just couldn't really get into. Now that I've actually played the game, I really couldn't get into. I was like, this is probably not a game that I'm gonna be enjoying that much. But I do like the aesthetic. I do like the style of it. It's just that I don't know why I couldn't really get into it as much as any other one of these like urban fantasy JRPGs, which there should be a lot more. Honestly, I do want a lot more urban fantasy JRPGs. That we've been really lacking in that sort of department. There have been fantasy JRPGs, a lot of fantasy JRPGs, but we don't really have a lot of these urban fantasy JRPGs. You know, like your Persona 5, that's more of an urban fantasy JRPG. The World Ends With You, definitely. Tokyo Xanadu, that's Tokyo Xanadu X+. Mall gas station attendant, donate to $1. Serious question, who played Jerry on Seinfeld? Thank you so much for the donation, keep them coming. Did you see that Cringe Quinton Reviews collab? Yes, he does collabs. Not having real cat girls is racist because it means regular humans have to voice cat girls in video games and anime. Beats in the Bay Chronicles Definitive Edition's main story. Shit, I need to do that. Forgot to do that. It's been a while I played that. I love all the characters, especially a certain princess. Reap Life Monster Girls will not cheat on her husband. Maybe don't name half of your characters after bands, exactly. I've been playing That's Life from Frank Sinatra for 8 hours now. Feels like the perfect theme of 2020. The sub-change of all the music references, all of it, yes. Any standard character that's named after some artist, song, or album has his name changed because copyright, yes. Did you see how Cuckman tried to be hip and failed? I kind of missed that. Which part? He's done that so many times at this point. I've gained a lot of interest in action webtoons. Also read the webtoon called Bastard. It's a thriller about the son of a serial killer. Ooh. Part 8 of JoJo is the best. What do you mean part 8? It hasn't finished. I bought Borderlands 2. Mordau and XCOM 2 Lot Summer sales are the best. Okay, if you think part 8 is the best, can you name me the villain of part 8? Games you rather play the original version instead of the remake or remaster? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Actually, I couldn't really think of one at the top of my head at the moment right now. Playing Mother 3 original games and ROM hacks would be fun. Mother 3 and Mother is that Mother 3? Original games and ROM hacks would be fun. Why Chicken Run sequel now? Yeah. Meme stream clips, mini meme stream. Twitter should burn. Oh, also one of the videos that I had a draft on, I just don't want to talk. I just didn't really want to talk about for some reason. It's just that it's me talking about how there have been statistics. I was looking at Twitter statistics, just going to Google. I would say Twitter statistics or something along those lines. And then I found this website, just like giving here are the most top 25 Twitter statistics that you need to know. One of the two of the statistics that I find very interesting is the fact that around 10% of Twitter users are, around 10% of the most active Twitter users that make like 80% of the tweets. Yes, first off, 10% of Twitter users make 80% of the tweets. These are like the craziest, most active, most obsessive Twitter guys on Twitter. They make like 80% of the tweets, and they only represent 80% of the tweets only represent like 10% of people, which is freaking insane. That means that the tweets that you're seeing around that goes viral and everything like that, it's probably being made by people who are very obsessive and very addicted with the social media rather than the general audiences, the general people, the normal people in general who don't really use social media, which, I mean, at this point, the more active you are in any social media, the more insane you are. I guess that's how I'm gonna call it. That's how I'm gonna do it. But seriously though, these really 10% of users that make 80% of the tweets, the most addictive, the most obsessive. Apparently, these 10% are mostly women and mostly talking about politics and are mostly Democrats. So to put it short, statistics have shown that women ruin Twitter. Freaking women ruin Twitter. At least that's part of the statistics. That's how I read it. That's how they're trying to show it. It's just so weird. Clipping the streams would be a great idea. Still get new viewers and subs in. Plot twist: appabend is Moriarty. That's actually not a bad interpretation. After the chicken escape, what's trending them now? Been reading Spawn lately. It's really good. I look forward to read the others about the Hellspawn. Did you hear about Sky Williams' madness? Yes, I've heard about the Sky Williams' madness alongside the rest of the Smash Brothers madness, which we're going to be talking about in a bit, probably. Severe Renegade Angel is basically Rick and Morty, but better. Okay. Are you God? No. Not all get the virus, Appa. Well, not all get the virus. Just because you don't get the virus does not mean that you are immune to it. Depends on the meme. A lot of them are extremely stupid. A lot of them are extremely stupid. Well, yes, but they're also funny. They're also entertaining. Maybe just for a brief moment, but they are. Holy shit, Appa. I hope you, your friends, your family will be safe. Sorry for the lame joke. I had no idea. I hope they will recover from COVID soon. Yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I mean, at this point, all my family had been tested. I've been tested. Actually, I haven't been tested. My family have been tested. And apparently, they all confirmed that they're all okay. They're all negative. They're all tested negative. But there's the one family member that I had that got interaction, that had been frequently interacting, which I mean, it's so freaking stupid. We have all these messages to stop social distancing, but we have this custom here in Bali that we have to group up and do traditional things that requires us to do these traditional ceremonies that requires us to gather up together, our families to gather up together. And it's just completely missing the point of social distancing. Like, I don't know. The people who say poggers unironically deserve hell. Okay. A YouTuber named Meme Analysis who reviews memes. That's life. That's life. That's what all people say. You're writing an April shot in May, but I'm now going to challenge into it when I'm back on the top back in June. What's your opinion on the new Ryzen 9 3900 XT CPU? Not worth it. It's just a way for AMD to basically, it's the XT CPU lineup in general is just a way for AMD to basically go, hey, we're going to pretty much populate the market even more, just to make sure that Intel doesn't make any more CPUs, or at least we're gonna flood the market with more AMD CPUs and give users more option. And by giving users more option, we mean confusing the living crap out of them. Because seriously, if you ask the common man the difference between Ryzen 9 3900X and the 3900 XT, they would probably couldn't tell the difference. And performance-wise, they couldn't tell the difference either. So, and the performance boost compared to the old generation, the R7 with the same generation. Exactly, as I said before. Besides, Hoopla stream doesn't roll in the tongue is good. Exactly. Mia did it to $1. Thank you. Karens run Twitter. Twitter run politics run government. Karens Illuminati. There you go. Thank you so much for the donation. Keep them coming. Again, my $60 appabend fan art offer is still open. How's the Trails of Cold Steel series? I've started the first game. See my video. I've talked about that. We need conflict. World Emperor Appa. I mean, we do need conflict, though. I'm sorry to say this, but that's just the nature of humanity in general, that we do need some form of conflict. We can't just go... If we go on in a constant peace all the time, it's just... the world will be incredibly boring. One, the world would be incredibly boring. And two, the world would be just... I don't know, flat. It's just a flat line. Just staying alive. Anyway, where was I? Modern D&D is terrible. Get mad, don't make lemonade. Did you see that one video that said that making memes about women is misogynistic? Okay. Fate Extella when I'm alone, so as I pray, unlimited blade works. Fate Extella my parents in the room. But see it narrow. Why was everyone with the name Sky a piece of shit? Can't think of one with the name Sky that isn't a piece of shit. Well, I suppose. I need to get the Blu-ray for the Bubblegum Crisis. I like that anime. Todd versus Druckmann versus Sean. I love how anime, manga, and doujins have overly long and detailed names. Like that one time I created a harem by playing chess. I mean, just made that up, but it's like something that exists. Avatar: The Last Airbender is better than My Hero Academia. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I don't even know if kids still play that. I heard the reboot is trash. Kids play what? Not to mention Watch Dogs 2 a severely broken invasion thanks to those flying drones. I'm not playing the invasion part. I was mostly playing the single player part. So, will you review Pretending I'm a Superman, aka the Tony Hawk Pro Skater documentary that releases on August 18th? That will be released on August 18th. Interesting, but I do like Tony Hawk. But why even sleep with a mermaid? They have no vagina. Then how do they reproduce? Then do they lay eggs? Is that it? How do they even reproduce? I saw Appa sis in your Japan trip video. She's cute. There you go. I hate those creatures. Elves are technically monster girls too. Hey chat. Hey Appa Sapal. What do you think is gonna be the setting? What do you think is gonna be the setting for Far Cry 6? You haven't been paying attention lately. Far Cry 6 got leaked. The setting is gonna be in Cuba. It's pretty much confirmed. Giancarlo Esposito is in it. So. Friday night, motherfuckers. Anything not human is a monster girl. If Fate Service represented the continents they came from the war, which continent would win? So are mech girls monster girls too. What about Android or robot girls too? What are some tips to learning Indonesian? Indonesian, apparently from the foreigners who have been traveling here, Indonesian is apparently a very easy language to a much easier language to learn compared to any other languages that I've seen. There are no gender pronouns at least. Mia donated $1. Thank you so much. Coronavirus barely hurt my arak. Oh man, arak. Thank you so much for the donation. Keep them coming. The World Ends We Choose probably no more as most tame story. Devil Survivor is great and definitely falls under urban fantasy. Well, can you play Devil Survivor though without the 3DS? Or you can't play with the DS. Was it the DS? Yeah, the overclock version is on the 3DS. But yeah, that's just Atlas. Unfortunately, Atlas just restricts certain games and certain consoles, exclusive shit. Have you ever seen the Sekiro randomizer mod? It's really wacky when combined with the poorly translated mod. I haven't seen that mod, but I do know about the multiplayer mod in Sekiro, which is very interesting. Although I do need my brother to beat that game, but my brother he's just way too focused on multiplayer games. He just doesn't really. I'm like the polar opposite of my brother. I am a very single player guy, which is why I don't have a lot of friends. But my brother is a multiplayer guy, which is why he has a lot of friends. He's much more Chad than me. I'm playing a D&D last time, trying to be the killer. Main is not easy. Anything that breathes and is not human is a monster girl. We should build a wall between YouTubers and TikTokers and make TikTokers pay for it. Bro, having your character's name after bands is dope as shit. Well, yes, but you would get to the risk of the fact that the bands would come into your ass and say, hey, you should not use those names. I love The World Ends With You enough to finish it on a DS emulator. To my fellow Fate goers, how did the Skadi roll went? What about the Memorial Quest? Tesla was a bitch to me. I don't play Fate Go, so I don't know. Isn't Trail Saga a modern setting JRPG like Persona and The World Ends With You? Not really. It's more of a fantasy. Trails is a fantasy JRPG. It's definitely a fantasy JRPG. While it is a more modern-esque fantasy JRPG, it's not definitively like modern as our time modern. It has its own orbal. It's an orb punk JRPG. It's kind of a steampunk, except instead of steam, but it's orb. It's orbal stuff. Data is the best villain in Jojo Lion. He's a small insect boy. Despite being 10% of Twitter. Despite making up 10% of the Twitter population. 80%, how much time do they have? Isn't it always the minority ruined it for the majority? Yes. They have a lot of free time in their hands. Do you think humanity will be united and start colonized like in Gundam? Aren't they technically doing that already right now? The Pareto effect full force? Answer too much. So you're saying a very small minority of people are insane on Twitter. Yes, but they also produce 80% of the tweets on Twitter. So it seems like the majority they are making it as if the majority of people on Twitter are insane, which they aren't. It's just that the majority of people on Twitter don't use Twitter. The biggest irony of them all. Greetings, Appa and chat. How's your day going? Just celebrated my birthday today and it was amazing. Cool. Happy birthday. In other words, Twitter sibs. You should read Sweet Home. It's My Hero Academia, but with zombies. Okay. Karens. A whole lot of Karens. Social media is the plague and I've been avoiding it since I was born. Those damn femboids. Are people who use Twitter mentally ill? The 10% of them are, without a doubt. So we're saying almost all tweets are from Karens. Yes. Despite being 10% of the user count, 80% of all Twitter posts are made by women's. If Appa would be more famous, we'd get a news article about how sexist he is about an hour. I'm just citing statistics. But apparently citing statistics is sexist too. Appa, get tested, freaking auto scroll. Not to do the glasses anime thing for 5 minutes challenge, gone sexual. Also, be glad you're not in America. I've heard that there are people diagnosed as positive for COVID when they didn't even get tested. Huh. I heard that Brazil doesn't even have quarantine because Bolsonaro said not to, and now he's got the COVID too. No, it's not the COVID. It's not. Hold on. Mia donated $3 before I got say, but get taught, please. But why though? Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for the donation. Keep it coming. Bachot get taught. It means fuck you, piece of shit, fuck you. Or something along those lines. I've heard that people diagnosed as positive for COVID when they didn't even get tested. Well, the problem is my family member's friend who got diagnosed for positive for COVID-19, she got the dengue fever, and she was tested for positive for not just dengue fever, but also COVID-19. I mean, Jesus. I mean, Jesus. Not only did I have to be careful about those damn freaking mosquitoes, but I also have to think about COVID as well. Freaking. Anyway, if it's not social distancing, it's physical distancing. Social distancing is an entirely different thing. You're basically going, well, actually, you get my point. You get my point. Diet girls are the best girls. If you had to choose which would do you see there's a very special person in the bottom right corner right there. It's sleeping so peacefully. Look at that. Look at that. It's so sleeping very, very peacefully right on the bottom corner right there. So peaceful. And I can't exactly say if I'm going to disturb this particular individual. Anyway. Dragon girls are the best girls. If you had to choose which world would you like live in, Mad Max or 1984? I'd say Mad Max. Mad Max sounds a lot more fun. Have you tried Deadly Premonition 2? I've been having a lot of fun, but I couldn't ask for a better sequel. I haven't played Deadly Premonition 2. Apparently, The Last of Us 2 sales are down by 80%. We've talked about this last week. Game sales are going to be expected to be down 80%. PC is overrated. Appa confirmed Flat Earther. How so? I want conflict? No, I'd rather want Lowly Wife. Yeah, Lowly Wife is going to be a conflict in and of itself as well. Do you know that feeling when a hentai artist has an absolutely great art style, but they always turn it midway into something, I don't know, a human horse? Not really, or at least the hentai artist that I'm familiar with. I feel you, Appa, here in Mexico has the same situation. Safe distancing, but reunite when it's an important event. Mother's Day and back to school. Exactly. Why is every man named Jared a creep? Don't know. Ask Jared, I guess. Sky Jackson is his comeback. That was a hoopla weeks ago. My Hero Academia is better than the lack. What is the lack? As a hentai artist, you can end up in some weird fucked up places. Only 0.1% of people in the 20-44-year-old age group die from corona. Appabend will be fine even if he gets the virus. It will be painful though. The recovery will be painful, but I would be fine, apparently. So do you think AMD is going to do a pro Intel gamer move, expanding the catalog of CPU, but with strange names and same performance per dollar? They're already doing that at this point. I ordered Yakuza Remastered Collection and Spawn Origins #1. Castro is the villain in Far Cry 6. No. Why does Netflix hide all the good cartoons they have? I don't know. They in Watch Dogs 2 and other people can spawn to your game even when they aren't evading, then don't. Then don't let them. What is a meme? What is a meme? Can I eat it? God bless emulators. If the setting is actually Cuba, then I wouldn't be surprised if the commies get pissed. Far Cry 6 is set in an alternative reality where Gus didn't left South America to start his junk empire. Single player games rule. It doesn't have to breathe to be monster girls. How does he play multiplayer games where he's always asleep? Well, he's not asleep. He's not always asleep. But you are correct. He's asleep a lot, but it's not all the time. I'm trying to reverse a red-blue 3D filter on the new Wonder Woman 84 cheetah image. Why do I torture myself? But why though? Do you think the rise of quirkless human arc will happen in My Hero Academia? Don't know. Is that X-Men? That sounds like an X-Men pot. Didn't get Skadicha, got Drakui. Trails is science fantasy. Also, Langrisser M is gonna have a Cold Steel Karab in 2 months. I'm saving to get Reed. Cool. And I got literally every Quick Servant, Parvati, and Dantes through GSSR during my Skadi rolls. Having your band named JoJo, and it's pretty much the best form of free advertisement at this point. Well, yes. Yes. Why are you so base? Skipping Skadi and saving on Mysterious Historian at XX, but third copy Berserker, Lancelot, and Camellia. Auto scroll. Bill Scotty on my second 10 roll. Happy birthday. The Karen Act. How the hell is Sweet Home like My Hero Academia? How the hell is Sweet Home like My Hero Academia? I don't know. Somebody said that in the chat. My uncle called social media poison. He couldn't be more right. It is though. We should make those kinds of Twitter user an enemy of the state. Happy birthday. What is a Karen? Can I eat it? 24 minutes left until meme stream time. Is Hunter x Hunter good? I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter in a while, at least. I've only seen it on TV, a couple episodes. I can't exactly judge if it's good. Tower of God is also a manhwa. Is it good if you're into those? Also free. Yeah, cool. People learning new language. Learns all the swears first. Oh, fuck. Dengue and COVID? Fuck you, piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah, something along those lines. Corona dengue. Yeah. Ugh. Is that a dog? Yeah, that is a dog. By Chutngan thought equals shut the fuck up. Technically, no. Technically, no. But okay, if that's your interpretation. I heard that last time you said Indonesian companies virtue signal as well. Do that apply to politicians, celebrities too? Oh, it definitely does apply to politicians and celebrities too, without a shadow of a doubt. It's pretty much the same thing, except Indonesia. Thanks for wishing my birthday, Appa. Also, one of my phone got stolen and I couldn't verify it was me on Twitter, so I had to make a new account. Ooh, jeez, damn. Happy birthday though, but jeez, that's a bad bad birthday you got there. I thought it was a dead doggo. Where's the dead body? How cute did the dog go? Didn't even know you had a dog. Hey Appa, can you decipher this? Suboten Hugokiro. But why though? 1984 is now. We're already in 1984, to be honest. Do you have the last N-word pass? Not really. It says a piece of bacon for the doggo. I just made Appa said the Indonesian swear word. I mean, you can make me say any Indonesian swear word. Just donate to me on Streamlabs and let me know what Indonesian swear word you want me to say. I'm content with fictional conflict. Does he mean Legend of Korra? If Jarrett name being creepy, ask Jarrett from Subway. Practicing for the safer CQ, probably gonna use the evil boomer again. Do you participate in the waifu wars of Persona 4? I heard it was brutal. Not really. The thing about Persona waifus is that I couldn't exactly pick one. It depends on who you're asking. It depends on one. It depends on who you're asking. Two, it depends on your personal preference and who's the best for the protagonist. For example, for me at least, in Persona 5, the best for the protagonist is Makoto, but I personally prefer Haru. In Persona 4, the best for the protagonist would be Yukiko, but I personally prefer Rise, or at least for me, in my opinion. In Persona 3, both of them, I answer with Fuka because Fuka is bae. Because Fuka is fucking bae. I love Fuka. The word big penis are embedded into my iPad search history. Cool. I got Scotty for trying to get Jeanne d'Arc. I live in the US and I envy countries who are able to flatten the curve while the US is getting worse thanks to anti-maskers, Karens, and people who are not taking the pandemic seriously. Yeah. Who's your favorite main character? Jared Leto started a cult. Meanwhile, in Germany, controversial folk song get banned because lyrics were meant to be taken either literally or not taken seriously, when everyone interprets rape and takes way too serious. Shota, Josu, Semi, Futanari 2 are my history. I don't know how to delete them. Freaking out to scroll again. 1920, join the army. We have photos of attractive makeup women. 2020, join the army. We have waifus that aren't even drawn in this country. Disgusting. X-Men plot. I would try to grab it by then. I would need to make some space for it though. Grab what? Do you love Emilia? Raise zero question. Not really interested. What do you think is the future of Fate? It's gonna still. I think Fate is always gonna stay in the whole gacha sphere. And the thing about Fate is that I really love the fact that Type Moon started it off as a dark fantasy anime, but as it goes on and on and on, it pretty much deviates from the dark fantasy anime and turn into just standard shonen anime. I mean, Fate, Stay Night and Unlimited Blade Works, to me at least, while it is dark fantasy without a doubt, there are a lot of blood, there are a lot of gore, there are a lot of people getting killed, a lot of people getting killed, bodies being chopped off, body parts being cut in half. I still do feel that the plot structure is very shonen-esque, which is why it kind of works, I suppose, as more of a shonen anime. It's not technically, it's not a shonen. Yeah, yes, shonen, I guess. It's only in Heaven's Feel where they actually legitimately gone into the horror route, where Fate actually is terrifying and a lot. Where Fate actually becomes terrifying, and then after that, after Fate got big, after Fate got after Fate got more popular, it's pretty much turned into the waifu gacha game, into the most mainstream waifu-esque gacha game anime shonen thingy that just doesn't have that sort of dark fantasy vibe as Stay Night or Blade Works or even Zero. Actually Zero as well. Anyway, I will try to grab it by then. I'll read that. Azure Lady Shika, how's your PR ship grind going? Me and my friends on Discord discuss why Yandere Death is basically the new Darkside Phil. Not sure I can stop people from spawning into my game in Watch Dogs 2. Whatever, I stopped playing when I realized there's like fuck all to do after the story. What are your plans for the weekend? Will there be some good stuff or just a lot of cringe? My plans for the weekend is watch film with my girlfriend. That's one. Two, I'm probably gonna be doing some router fixing thingy around my local area. And 3, other than those two, I can't really think of much. As for whether there's be some good stuff or a lot of cringe, there's one very funny stuff right at the very end, but we'll get to that in a bit. My 600 euro was stolen. I got angry and punched a tree. Oh, Jesus. Bro, do you have a license for that N-word? If you got Isekai into the Trails universe, which country do you prefer to reborn in? Liberal, Comfort, Erebonia, or Crossbell? I would go, well, actually, Crossbell isn't a country, but if I have to choose, I would go for Liberal a lot more. I felt that Liberal is a lot more chill, a lot more confined, and a lot more peaceful, or at least from how the Sky games presented me. Erebonia is definitely more Empire-esque, but I do like Liberal a little. They do like Liberal a lot. So Fuka is literally the worst. Oh no, fam, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Haru and Fuka best girls, Alpha best stays. The duality of the chat, I fucking love it. I'm close to the amount of needed to save for Go. Megius is far enough for me to save repeatedly. I'm in Scuba is A7. Sorry for the overload. Fuka-U. I have no Persona waifu in ages. She's the best. Na Appai was a phone that got stolen long ago. It was 2 weeks ago and asked Verify was me. Oh, alright. I played SMT4 Apocalypse at the second highest difficulty. Highest is DLC, doesn't let you change it, and beat it easily. My brother doesn't even make it past the first boss. Well, I have most of the good quick servants. It started as a hentai game. Gilgamesh Blue Wen. Fate is alright, but Nasu did cooler shit like DDD or Tsukihime. If someone have a license for the N-word, can you still call Okuyasu on them? I heard Left Alive have an annoying character and always repeat the same dialogue, so what is your experience with this character? You're talking me about my experience with Left Alive. I played the game for about 1 hour and I realized that the game is shit, so I turned it off and I uninstalled it, and I realized that I paid $60 for the game, and I was like, why the fuck did I pay $60 for that shit game? That's my opinion on Left Alive. Trash game. People dying when they got killed. That quote was taken completely out of context. It works within the context of what they're trying to say. It works within the context. It's just that it was taken as an example of a bad translation when it's actually correct translation. It's just taken out of context. Essentially, I think it was Shiro's talking about regeneration, or people who are Shiro's talking about regeneration. That's why he said people die when they are killed. People die when they are killed instead of coming back to life. Or at least in the same way that Shiro, he got stabbed early on. I mean, it's not spoiler. He got stabbed early on by Lancer, and he comes back to life. That's why he said people, and he talks about regeneration and stuff. That's why people die when they got killed. He got killed by Lancer, and yet he's alive. That's why he said that. So, still waiting on that Tsukihime remake. I need my Sachin route. Also, Fate was a visual novel and it was adapted. Yes, talk about that. This week has been really plain and boring. So much that I started being more active on Twitter and troll people to burn time. From what I heard, the Lost Belts are really heavy on the feels. After Fate got gay, Gacha 101 and a shit ton of doujinshis. What about Fate Apocrypha? Same thing as Grand Order. It's pretty much standard fantasy setting. It's definitely darker than some, or actually some of the. Actually, it's pretty standard fantasy Apocrypha in terms of like tone in general. I almost cried at the end of the first Lost Belt. The first game is my life. Felt bad for furries. Okay. I'm behind. I'm still at Aggregate. Crossbell is 1984 Define. Not really. Persona Waifu. Which one? From which game? Aegis, I guess. There's no meme stream. Take off your socks. Wow, Left Alive. Talk about throwing your money away. Yeah, because I look at the artwork and it looks great. It looks genuinely great, and I thought, hey, that artwork looks great. It looks the Metal Gear Solid-esque, and I thought, hey, hey, that game could be cool, right? And then I actually played the game. I was like, holy shit, that game is shit. Makoto is best available, but Sei's best overall. Damn Atlas blue balling. Yeah, not even in Royal you could. There's a big ass fucking mouth. I legit thought that was his fucking ghost. He just wakes up and raises his blanket. It's just his legs. Jeez. Anyway. Every 60 seconds a minute passes. Yes. A hero cannot be defeated simply by making him die. Trail Saga has a waifu wars, or it was more like, yeah, she's the best waifu situation. Trail Saga also has a waifu wars. Everybody's like picking who are the best waifus in Trails. Husbandos as well. Trails has very, very high quality, very good husbandos. Really, really good husbandos. Everybody's been trying to bone uses. Uses of all the people. But anyway, Apocrypha seems to have taken a lot from Strange Fake. Okay. Honkai Impact 3rd is only gacha worth playing. Everything else is just cheap crap. Today I learned Fate's Thomas Edison's Noble Phantasm is completely overpowered. He can shut down everything to use mysteries by using simple logic. Huh. What about Fate Extra? Fate Extra is just a sequel. This is the one's a sequel. So Yukiko and Rise are trash. Okay, who is it then? Okay, who is it that's not trash then? The kid from Music Room, is that what you're gonna say? Fucking lolicon. Anyway, the game would be cool, right? Famous last words. What would you do if your dog has a stan? Implying that he doesn't. Personally, Appa and my Persona waifus are Persona 3, Fuka, excellent taste, Appa. Persona 4, Chie, I love tomboys and everything about her. Persona 5, Makoto, with Futaba close second. The thing about Chie is that I don't want to pick her. Not that I don't like her, but I want her to be with Ko. I want her to be with Ko because Ko pretty much said to me, I played a social link, Ko pretty much said to me that I like Chie, and I'm like, go after her for God's sake, Jesus, go after her, Ko, Jesus. I mean, both of y'all need to get to already. That's why I don't pick Chie as much as I like her. She's nice and all, but I don't pick her. Anyway. For every 60 minutes, an hour passes. I will not proceed to pleasure myself with this fish. They ever stop being cowards and adapt the magical feeling same on healing screen. Your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Not interested. It looks the same as Odyssey. What other games buy it because the concept art, but when you played it was either a good game or a bad game. It's not the concept art. It's literally in a promotion page in Steam. I buy it. I thought that looked cool, and I played it, and it's like shit. But other than Left Alive, not really. I wish Makoto's route in Persona 5 wasn't just a boring rehash of Mitsuru's route from Persona 3, but without the main characters actually doing anything useful. Yeah, that's the thing about the social links, isn't it? Some social links are just not as good as the other. Some social links are just not as good as the others, even though the characters are pretty good, or at least they have that the potential to grow from that particular social link. MI's ultimate waifu makes it worse because Persona 5 protagonists date Sai and Valentine Ofa they know. Really? Persona waifus are Persona 3 Aegis, Persona 4 Rise, Persona 5 Futaba. Naoto? Really? Naoto? I mean, Naoto is fine and all, but hold up. Who said they were trash? Somebody on the top somewhere. There's a freaking auto-scroll. Fucking auto-scroll. Couldn't get it. There's a war. People think Emma is best girl versus people who are wrong. Date Elisa, marry Emma, kill the teacher. Preach it. I love Chie, but as the friend anyone can have. Greetings, which is better, termite infestation or spider infestation? Why not both? Why aren't these warplane gacha games? Chie's voice actor is dumb as fuck. Why blame it on the voice actor? An odd standard to be blaming. Fate Extra had dark times like the fight against Alice. Dear God, that was a roller coaster. Haru's still the best girl in Persona 5. Persona 5 the best confidant for Phantom Thieves if you don't count Akechi and Kasumi. Never buy based on concept art. That shit rarely makes it to the final product. Do you think anime and manga will get woke? Okay. That's also one thing I want to talk about and how things get woke. Do you remember when I talked about a few minutes ago and how 10% of the Karens make like 80%, 10% of the people on Twitter make 80% of the tweets? Yeah. These 10% of people control social media. These are the ones that control 80% of the tweets. Therefore, they're the ones who control like a lot of the portion of the information, and they're the ones where they got a lot of this information from. The reason why a lot of things get woke these days is because a lot of companies, they took the feedback from those people, from these woke crowds. They took the feedback from them and they make it so that it seems that it appeals to them, so that when the woke crowds say this scene is offensive, the company is like, oh, let's remove it. Even though these woke crowds only represent like only 10% of people. 10% of people make 80% of the tweets or something along those lines. Yeah. So that's why a lot of companies get woke, or at least one of the biggest reasons, in my opinion, why companies get woke and go broke. As long as they listen to these people in social media, these minorities in social media, they're still gonna keep on getting woke, keep on getting, and they're gonna get broke eventually in some ways. In some ways or the other, they're gonna get broke. But yeah. In order for us to stop it, that's the thing. Can we actually stop it? Can we actually make these people in the social media to make these companies to not listen to these people in social media? The problem is you can't, because you have to be as crazy, as insane, as obsessive, as active as pretty much these crazy people on Twitter. I'm pretty sure nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, are willing to sacrifice their sanity in order to be just as crazy as those people in Twitter, just for the sake that they can make 80% or 90% more tweets. I'm pretty sure not a lot of you guys are willing to get through that. I'm pretty sure most of you are willing to preserve your sanity. And that's the thing. You either lose your sanity and try to fight the war with the Twitter crowds, or you keep your sanity, but let these woke crowds win, because that's just unfortunately how it is. The woke crowds are gonna win because they're fucking nuts. They're fucking nuts. They're crazy. And you can't beat crazy with being normal. You have to be just as equally crazy. To put it simply, you lost. We lost. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Companies gonna stay woke as long as social media is fucking rigged. Social media is fucking rigged. It's rigged. The game is rigged. You can't win. Don't play. If you play, you lose. You cannot win because the game is rigged. I'm sorry. It's gonna get fucking depressing as time went on. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. Just mention in a tweet. I think you'll appreciate. What tweet? I'm not paying it. What a chat. Oh, this. What is this? I also realized the people who were taken away are dead. No shit, you died, you're killed. Actually, I need to read chat for me. Give me a bit. So Last of Us 2 sales parry or attack, just like a lot of games. What do you like more, Shadow's concept Persona 4, the Realms concept Persona 5, or the Fear of Death of Persona 3? Shadow's concept Persona 4, without a doubt. Chie's voice actor thinks voice actors should be hired based on race. Okay. Does that detract to the overall character of Chie? I think we're mostly talking about you're pretty much deviating from the topic of the waifus in question. You say the waifu is shit because the voice actor is shit. That's not relevant. I'm sorry. That's not a good argument. Persona 3 Fuka, Persona 4 Rise, Persona 5 Haru. Let's see. Oh, hey up. I've been reading how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Also just started on Volume 7. Most likely by the rest of the light novel soon. Cool. Could it make your site with the stats about Twitter in the description? I'm really curious about it. Oh, sure. Let me try to find the Twitter statistics. You know what? Hold on a second. I need to catch up. With the time. I'm gonna pause the timer. I'm sorry. I'm rigging the game for him. I just want to share this particular Twitter statistic. There. It's right on the chat there. You should find it. It's somewhere there. It's based on Pew Research. It's based on Pew Research. There are a lot of more statistics in there. It's not 10%. It's 2080. No, it's 10%. Last time I checked, it's 10%. Also, most Twitter users are bots. So if there's a tweet, hundreds of thousands of likes made by these carrots, very likely they're using bots. Yeah, Pyrocynical fucked out. Let's see. Is it unfortunately the fact that internet emotion trumps fact every day? We lose either way. Yeah, we lose either way. I'm sorry. Sorry, out crazy them. If you are willing to sacrifice your sanity, then sure, out crazy them. But unfortunately, not a lot of people are willing to do that. Watch Prisma Elia. Not a fan of magical girls. Yosuke's best waifu don't even add me. Doomer Appa. What do you think of the debate me bro people? Debate. I don't think debate doesn't actually work in the way that people intended it to be. Because I prefer just asking them questions and how they think of a certain worldview instead of actually debating them on a certain worldview. But yeah. I didn't say Chie is shit. I'm saying her VA is. We were talking about Persona waifus, and then you suddenly say Chie's voice actor is shit. So, Stans versus Persona, who wins? Well, Stans you can use it in real life. Persona, not really, or at least the last three games. You're failing at map people. Meme seems are at 0, not 1. That means the dog should play the dog role by that logic. Yep. Heard the Japanese voice actor sucks, but the English one is good. What do you expect to the RTX 3000 series? Performance improvements without a shadow of a doubt. Appa is rigged confirmed. Just make your own, that's the answer. Basically means she should give up playing Chia to a Japanese one with overdubs. Meanwhile, at Pixip, there are a lot of scammers in the gun, guru, or gore community. Hey, my dog just woke up. Hey, get over here. Because they are too shy to ask verification and other stuff. Some artists even post warnings. Timer is stuck because I rigged it. What happened with Pyro? He got banned off of Twitter. What do you think of people banning TikTok? Good. Be honest, you just like Fuka because she whispers in your ear all the time. That's not exactly an unreasonable reason. An unreasonable justification. Neither stance and personas are cancer. An interesting answer. Guro is dead. Guro is not nearly as bad as the dead fetishes. PS5 or Xbox Series X. PC. Appadogo, Naoto is best. I've been playing through Persona 3 Portable or an emulator. I'm about to reach the 9.5 boss. Any advice? Use cheats. Just cheat your way through. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in the Q&A session of the stream. It is time for the meme stream. Time for Hoopless. Lots of Hoopless as usual, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I gotta get to shaking the coin noise. Lots of coin noise. If you want to tip in, links for the tip-in Streamlabs down below, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get into the Hoopless. There are a lot of Hoopless for the stream. A lot. Gonna be here for a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get through it. I wonder if it actually works. About that Indonesian simp. That Indonesian simp story is very freaking very freaking stupid. But regardless, we have a stream and we have a bunch of Hoopless to talk about. We have a bunch of Hoopless to discuss. But first off, before we get to the Hoopless, fan arts, ladies and gentlemen. Metal C King just coming in with the goods. Lonely Appabend is back again. And me saying, hey, Moral Guardians, while grabbing... What's that? I actually don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe use an anime that I am more familiar with. Thank you so much for the donation, and thank you so much for the donation for you guys. But also thank you so much for the fan art. If you guys want to send me fan arts, links in the description. Go to my Twitter, etc. But anyway, great fan art. Oh my god. Let's talk about this. $70 video game is inevitable. So there's a bit of a hoopla in the video game industry right now, in that video games are gonna cost $70, or at least it started off with I think it was 2K, NBA 2K, or was Madden, I forgot. It's basically a sports game. They're going to start off pricing video games to be $70 in the next generation consoles. I mean, of course they're gonna do this, and they're just gonna make sure that people pay a lot more in this trying times. $70 for video games. This is going to be a trend, or at least a trend for some games. When one game is going to start it off, I think it's gonna spiral into other games, etc. But so far there's only one game, and that game is the sports game. I think it was NBA 2K or whatever. It's a sports game basically. That game costs $70. But yeah, this, regardless of which game starts at first, this is a discussion. $70. Do you think it's priced too much or priced too little. And I don't know about you, but I think that is priced way too freaking much, especially with all the whole, at least here in Indonesia, they started taxing digital purchases. They started taxing digital purchases for about 10%, including digital purchases on Steam, which means that if a game costs $70 on Steam and they didn't have any regional pricing for it, it's going to cost a lot more than it's going to cost 10% more, which means that, yeah, you're going to pay a lot more for these games. At least this particular piece of news is going to be for the next generation console specifically. For the PC, I think it's gonna be mostly unaffected, but we don't really know for sure. This article, at least, the speculations coming in are saying that games are gonna be priced $70, or at least in the future. It's probably inevitable, but we don't know. That's just a speculation. We'll see if games are actually going to be priced that way, and if the players are going to be accepting or more. That's also another thing that needs to be talked about. The thing about games costing $70 is that most people are not going to accept it, but there are definitely going to be some of those players who are just way too dumb at it. They don't care if games cost $70. They don't care if the games have loads and loads of predatory microtransactions, etc. These sports games, for example, they don't care if these games have microtransactions. They don't care if they cost $70. They're just going to buy them anyway. These are the cancer, the actual cancer of the gaming community. These are the people, the whales, the actual rich guys that enable this sort of stuff. That makes it harder for pretty much literally everyone else to buy video games, because they're the ones that spend way too much money. They're the ones who are ignorant about this sort of stuff. So either companies are going to adopt this $70 price sorts of system and pretty much alienate a lot of gamers in the process and causing them to lose revenue because gamers don't want to buy that sort of stuff. The gamers don't want to buy games $70, or gamers actually buy them at $70, and it just goes on and on. It's either the company's gonna learn their lesson, either the company's stupid or the gamers are stupid, or maybe both. I don't know. It's just it's the current state of affairs. It's just the current state of affairs that we're having here right now. At least for the people who are legally purchasing video games. For the pirates, it's pretty much no issue. But even if you're paying $70 for video games, do you know what's the funniest part about all that? You're still gonna get your games at 30 FPS. Here's from a Digital Foundry article. Sorry, a Real Gamer article that was written by a Digital Foundry member. Here's why we'll still be playing some games at 30 FPS on the next gen consoles, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And do you know why it's not a bad thing? It's because, well, if games are gonna run at 30 FPS, that means that we can basically make the game a lot more beautiful. It basically adds a lot more content within the game. Basically makes the game to have a lot more content, even though we sacrifice that particular frame rate. Well, the problem is, we are living in the next gen console. This is supposed to be the next generation console. We're supposed to be getting the good stuff. We're supposed to be getting the great stuff. We're supposed to be getting all of those content plus 60 FPS, but we don't. Or at least in some games we don't. There are definitely a lot of games that manage to... There are definitely some games, actually a lot. There's a lot of games that can actually run at 60 FPS plus. Indie games, for example, driving games, for example, fighting games, for example, they're gonna be run at 60 FPS on the consoles without a doubt. But the AAA games like your Spider-Man or your God of War, if you're the next God of War, if God of War is coming next on the PS5, the next God of War is coming on the PS5, a lot of these AAA games are gonna run at 30 FPS. Not that you couldn't run them at 30 FPS and not have at least a fine experience with. Okay, the thing about console gamers, one thing I noticed about console gamers is the fact that they don't care about FPSs, or at least from what I'm seeing for the console gamers in general, they couldn't tell the difference between 30 and 60 FPS. Actually, there are a lot of people, actually some portion of the people who couldn't tell the difference between 30 and 60, and they don't really care about the frame rate as long as they're able to play the video games. And to those people, I mean, it's cool and all. I mean, if you can enjoy the game, at least what's the problem? But the problem here is the fact that we're in the next gen. We're supposed to get the next gen, the latest, greatest tech for video games, and we're still playing them at 30 FPS. We sacrifice frame rate in favor of more graphical fidelity, which, I mean, games have already looked pretty good already. PS4 games have already looked pretty good. You don't need to make it, you can't exactly find a way to make it even better. Maybe some minor improvements, sure, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna look like, it's still pretty much gonna look the same. It's pretty much gonna look the same. There's gonna be some minor, I suppose there's gonna be some minor differences, but it's not going to be significant enough. It's not worth to lose the rest of that 30 FPS just for the sake of some additional visual fidelity. It's just, so yeah, at least that's the thing. There are going to be games that have a performance mode and games that have graphics mode. The graphics mode is going to definitely run at 30 FPS. The performance mode is going to run at 60. But that's the thing. Consoles are now adopting the things that PCs are doing. PC already has that. PC has already that toggle in the switch between performance mode or a lot of settings that allow players to have the freedom to switch between having more FPS or better graphical fidelity at the cost of frame rate. So, yes, $70, but you're still getting 30 FPS on your consoles, or at least for the AAA games. I just don't. So anyway, there's this. Investigators would like to speak with the driver responsible for defacing a recently installed Pride crosswalk at 60th Street and Eskimo Avenue. If you have information, please call this particular public number for the PD. So, I mean, who in their right mind thought that it would be a good idea to have a rainbow flag that got stepped on by everybody pretty much all the freaking time? I mean, why would you even have a rainbow flag, an LGBT flag, on a freaking street where people are stepping on it? Or cars are passing by and they ride over it like freaking roadkill? Why would you? This is the dumbest freaking outrage I've ever seen. You don't expect something like this to happen. Do you think that something like this is not gonna happen? This is gonna happen to pretty much any other car, especially if cars have to suddenly brake and they leave tire marks around the area. It just happens. The person who done this could have done it unintentionally. It could have been a mistake. And you probably arrested an innocent man. They didn't mean to do it. Maybe something crossed over and he just have to break it. Or at least there are some scenarios that it's possible. I don't know about this guy in particular. I don't know if he did it deliberately, but it's possible that somebody could not do this deliberately. So how about don't put rainbow flags in a crosswalk? I mean, it's a rock. This is real. Crosswalk update. We have identified the driver of the vehicle involved in the incident. Thank you for those who have come forward with information. Why? Again, anybody could fall for this. Anybody could be guilty for this. Anybody can be guilty for this, even though they don't mean to do it. They could be pro-LGBT, but then suddenly they have to swerve on the road because somebody decides to drive stupidly, and they have to brake constantly, leaving skid marks right there. I mean, oh my god! But why? You're dumb. This is the dumbest freaking thing. Why would you? Vancouver, what is wrong with you? Call of Duty removes OK Jester from Modern Warfare and Warzone. I mean, of course. That's the thing. That's just the thing. Don't you just love it? That's just the thing about the woke crowds these days. The woke crowds. As I said before, the 10% of people on Twitter make like 80% of the tweets. They're the ones who are determining the craziest, the most obsessive, the most active users on Twitter. They are the ones who are determining the morality that we're having on social media. Actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna do a video on that. Just do a video in how social media is rigged. Ladies and gentlemen, social media is rigged. Okay, you cannot take feedback, genuine feedback from social media because only 10% of people make most of the tweets. The rest of them don't use social media as often. Okay, the rest of them don't. That's why they're taking feedbacks from the craziest, the most moral guardian freaking figures you can think of in the social media. And now you got this as a result. The latest update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone secretly removes the OK gesture from both games for unspecified reasons. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They've done this a lot of times in a lot of instances other than gaming in particular. But don't know what else to say. Call of Duty, dumb. Activision, dumb. Not that I'm interested in buying Call of Duty. I mean, have you seen the file size of this game of Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare? It's like 200 gigs. What the? Why? Why 200 gigs? It's like 70 gigs for an update. I mean, no. I'm sorry. I'm not too much of a hog for this game. The big mid-season update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I assume is going to be like 20 gigs plus. 676021 buck. Pretty soon the emoji sound will be next. Thank you so much for your donation. Keep them coming. And Warzone made quite a few changes that were detailed in the patch notes. By the way, Warzone, my brother plays a lot of Battle Royale and he's pretty much up to date with the latest and greatest multiplayer games, or at least the latest. I wouldn't say the greatest multiplayer games. And he said that Warzone is pretty much pay to win because there are a lot of the fact that you can only customize your loadouts in if you buy Modern Warfare. If you only play Warzone, Warzone is free, but you cannot customize your loadouts in there. You can only customize your loadouts if you have Modern Warfare. At least that's what my brother said last time, which is freaking insane. However, as is typical of big Call of Duty updates, some secret changes were made as well. As part of the latest update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward has seemingly removed the OK gesture from the game. While an official reason hasn't been given, it likely has something to do with how the symbol has become popular with white supremacists. Yeah, that's the thing. Unfortunately, 4chan did it as a troll, but 4chan did it as a troll. Some people unfortunately took it way too seriously, and they're going to be pretty much interpreting it as definitely a white supremacist symbol. Like it's kind of insane because thanks to these people making these hooplas, making these controversies, anybody doing this is interpreted as that. So it's just it's dumb. It's dumb. Linus is a white supremacist by this particular logic. He does the OK symbol a lot, and I mean a lot. You can even see it in the thumbnails. Linus is a white supremacist, confirmed. Anyway. Oh, recent era. Is Catherine full body worth purchasing or playing despite its bigotry? For fuck's sake already, I'm sick of this shit on recent era. Should I buy a video game despite me knowing it's transphobic? What the hell do you think is the right answer here? Are you looking for people to pat you on the back and tell you it's okay? Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Even recent era is asking, well, considering that Catherine Full Body got censorship hooplas, Catherine Full Body got the censorship hoopla, Persona 5 Royale got the censorship hoopla, and then people are gonna be asking, are these games worth buying or purchasing despite its, replace bigotry with censorship. That's pretty much the anti-censorship crowds. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you think you're interested with the games, you think the game has other content that you're interested in, just buy them. At the end of the day, if you genuinely think that Persona 5 Royale or Catherine Full Body is fun or something, go buy them regardless. But instead of censorship, Reset Era is like, hey, these games are bigoted somehow. These games are really, really bigoted. These games are transphobic, etc., 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 or something along those lines. Oh, man. This guy didn't get banned, obviously, because, the bigotry is massively overblown except the stuff from that carry over from the original game. That is true, though. But this guy is telling the truth. The bigotry is massively overblown. That is true. That is true. Except the stuff that carry over from the original game. They didn't carry a lot of stuff from the original game. They actually fixed a lot of stuff from the original game so that it doesn't feel as bigoted as before. I mean, they fixed Erica's Erica's name on the credits so that it doesn't say Eric anymore, which is good. That is a good move. That is a good move that actually respects the character in question. But aside from that, there's that minor scene that got censored. That one was stupid. But again, it's just way too overblown. That scene is way too overblown. It's extremely transphobic, made worse by the inclusion of the full body specific content, especially the true ending. Erica wasn't perfect, and there are aspects that full body did fix of her in the Rin path, which is present in the Japanese full body version, though Rin themselves is a bit of a mess. But there's so many other problems that full body introduced that can't be overlooked. It's literally not just the stuff carried over from the old game. Like, there's a reason me and some other people refer to this version of the game as Catherine Full Transphobia. Seriously. it's kind of interesting. I've got caught in this culture war where people are complaining about things that they're never gonna buy. Oh, because of how it doubled down and made some things worse. We don't find this framing is conductive to good discussion. It minimizes the pain people are feeling by comparing it to a consumer choice and leads to dismissive off-the-cuff reaction from people who fail to take the time to understand that the issue in question does in fact affect people, which frequently leave our marginalized members feeling even worse. As such, the thread is locked. In other words, if you buy Catherine full body, you are automatically ignoring the suffering of all the trans people out there who have personally suffered thanks to the game in some way or somehow. Or if you buy Atlas products in general. But the thing is, Atlas has successfully pissed off both sides of the argument. They have pissed off the anti-censorship crowds. They have pissed off the recent era crowds. They pissed off the game for being censored. They also pissed off these particular crowds for being transphobic. And I'm here sitting on a bit. I was like, how about if you think the game is good, if you think the game has content that you think is worth buying, then just buy the game for fuck's sake. How can we just make it as simple as fucking that? Why can't life be simpler? Why can't we just disconnect ourselves from this freaking culture war and just judge these games based on how fun it is and the actual content of the game? My God. Oh my Lord. Oh man. Oh, Neil. Why Neil Druckmann? Well, okay, what are you gonna tweet this time, Neil Druckmann? You can love or hate the game and share your thoughts about it. Unfortunately, too many of the messages I've been getting are vile, hateful, and violent. Well, how awful. Maybe you shouldn't have made a game that pissed people off. I'm just saying. Here are just a handful of them. Feel it's important to expose. Trigger warning. Transphobic, homophobic, anti-Semitic, etc. Okay, what is this? What a stupid fucking... I'm calling Okuyasu in that one. Thanks for saving me some good cash and go breast the guy who got leaked it all. Get fucked, liberal cunt. Fuck you, you stupid cuck. You ruined one of the best games you made, you stupid piece of shit. You made Joel and Ellie get killed by a trans piece of shit that's not even... This person doesn't even know about the game. I mean, just dismiss it right away. I hope you get coronavirus. Seriously? Seriously? Why did you ruin such a good game for everyone? I hope you get fired, you gay and trans-loving retard. Like, these are the kinds of messages you should not be taking seriously. I mean, this guy doesn't even know. This guy couldn't even accurately explain the plot of the game. Go die in the hole, you radical feminist scum. Or at least that part is accurate. Hopefully COVID-19 kills your whole toxic feminist studio. How about you do it? My point is, you can't convince me to like or respect the guy. I would pay anything to let him and... I don't know who that is, got censored, died slowly and painfully. And also you got the false copyrights and abusing the DMCA. And started to notice that both the fans and haters are hypocrites, most of them. Excuse me. Did you say that both the fans and the haters are hypocrites, most of them? Does that include you? Which part are you saying? Okay. Again, these are the kinds of things that you should not take seriously or just ignore at all. Don't pretend that these don't exist. You gave them way too much attention than necessary. They saw some new leaks today. How dare you say heartbroken? I wish you put in one game and smash your fucking brains out with golf club, then spit on it, just like what you did with the game, you heartless prick. You can't even spell prick, but okay, whatever. Dismissed. Now you're done. Fucked up, you twat, you cuck. You enjoy letting the gay orgy, don't you cheap Jews? Seriously? I hope you're a real fan. I hope that a real fan will kill you. Why sending the death threat? I don't get why these people sending the death threats, man. Okay, instead of sending the death threats, how about you actually go and try to kill him instead? If you threaten him, if you threaten him, you increase their security. You increase the security. You make him. Oh my God! It makes it less likely for you to kill this person that you're sending the threats with. How about you just go do it? Maybe because you're actually afraid of doing so. Maybe because you're so much of a pussy that you can only hide behind anonymity and send death threats to people. That's dumb. Internet tough guys. And of course, speaking of death threats, one of the hooplas that was discussed in the past couple of weeks is Laura Bailey getting death threats. Laura Bailey, in case you don't know, is the voice actor for character Abby in Last of Us 2, and she's not exactly a very well received character. That's why the voice actor got the death threats. Not exactly a brilliant logic there, but okay. Man, I try to only post positive stuff in here, but sometimes it just get a little overwhelming. I blacked out some of the words because, you know, spoilers. Side note, thank you for all the people sending me positive messages to balance it out. It means more than I can say. I'm going to kill you because you blah 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 blah. Spoiler part in The Last of Us Part 2. I'm gonna find where you live and slaughter you for what you did to blah blah blah. I mean, we all know who this is, but still. Mark my fucking words. Just want to say you should die, bitch. Fuck you. You ruined it. Again, internet tough guys. These guys threaten others to kill. Trying to kill others, but they don't actually commit to killing them. I'm sorry. It's very hard, especially in the corona and especially in the pandemic these days. It's very hard to actually go out and kill people. or at least you'd think. There's so many dumb people out there. I hope your parents died by heart cancer for killing my blah 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 blah. I don't know what's on the censored part here is. Anyway, I will find you and I will kill kid for just wait for that. Damn, the amount of encouraging responses to this, I've always believed that good people far outweigh the bad. Thanks for reminding me of that today. Again, 10% of people tweet 80% of the tweets. The crazy ones are the ones controlling the Twitter sphere. The game is freaking rigged. And the funny thing about this entire thing is that one of the people who sent death threats to Laura Bailey is a fan of the game. I just want to say, and I send my most sincere apologies to Laura Bailey. I'm really a fan of this game, but when it happened at the beginning of the game, I could not control myself. My psychological state became difficult. I could not breathe, but when I played as Abby. Just want to say, you should die, bitch. Fuck you. You ruined it. So you're telling me that the people who send death threats to others are fans of the game? They're the stans of the freaking game. Imagine that. Imagine that. It's I realized that I was wrong and this game has no hero in it, but this game remains one of The Last of Us 2's greatest games I've played in my life. I'm very sorry, Laura Bailey. I hope you forgive me. Dude. These gotta be kids. I mean, these can only be kids. The only explanation to this entire thing is that either these are kids or mentally deficient adults. Because you can't possibly do all of this shit. Okay, what is this? How many missed this part of your playthrough? Not me. I am discovering like these dumb how I played a whole game in 5 hours. This guy is a very dedicated Last of Us stan. Love your performance, thanks and congrats. Just want to say, fuck you, Neil Druckmann. I had a heart attack. Someone hates the story of The Last of Us Part 2. Me, you wouldn't get it. Oh, he's also one of the big brain guys. Like, yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 plot, to be fair, you need a high IQ of like 1 billion plus in order to understand Last of Us Part 2. I just finished the game. I truly believe people don't get the meaning of this story. It's so powerful. Best game I've ever played. Jeez. Yeah, so the best character in Last of Us Part 2, fuck her, Ellie, and no one else. This is a stan. This is the Last of Us 2 stan. This person is the one telling others to kill themselves. But again, you can only hide so much with words. You can only do so much with words. Okay? Actions speak louder than words. Okay? I'm not worried as long as I'm not worried with all of these words as long as you can actually do anything, any significant action. And that leads to a very stupid hoopla involving Angry Joe. So Angry Joe tweeted regarding talking about the death threats. Sending death threats is small PP energy. It's also really stupid and completely ineffective and actually makes the person to be aware that this person is going to be killed in some way and therefore making this person to increase security and therefore making it a lot less likely for the killer to actually kill the person. In other words, it's just internet tough guys, a bunch of doing internet tough guy stuff. If you send death threats, you are a piece of shit with a micro dick and are announcing that fact to the world. Okay, yes, Joe, yes. I know that it's part of character to be angry, but don't calm down, Joe. It's never okay, you stupid idiot. I stand with Laura Bailey, voice actor who did an awesome job voicing her character Abby in The Last of Us 2. Again, she did an awesome job regardless of the character. She did an awesome job performing as the character. And then you got the GameSpot journalist coming in and say, this tweet from Angry Joe rings incredibly hollow considering his review of The Last of Us Part 2 is just an extended diatribe of his sexist, misogynistic views. And by that, this person meant that he didn't like the game. Oh, by the way, Angry Joe reviewed The Last of Us Part 2 is actually pretty good. He did not like the game for very valid reasons. He thought the second half was tedious. He thought the character Abby could have been done a lot better. After he aired a lot of the criticisms that a lot of people have about The Last of Us Part 2. And he aired it in a way that he could air it. Just this person just so happened to disagree and call him sexist, misogynistic for daring to give the game 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. How dare you, Joe? 6 out of 10. Should be a lot lower. Anyway, his content more than likely contributed to people harassing Laura. He said the game is trash. Therefore, Laura Bailey should be... How can somebody saying that the game is trash, therefore a voice actor who played the game should be harassed? It makes no... It doesn't make any sense. Joe doesn't specifically say, oh my god, Laura Bailey or whoever is doing the mocaps or the modelings and the characters and the voice actors, whatever. He didn't actually say that we should go harass them or anything like that. He just made a negative review, but you just stretch it out. Stretch it out. So he can fuck off with his pathetic about face. No. Really, dude, neither my review nor my review discussion were in any way sexist or misogynistic. Sounds like to me you just want to believe I am those. You'd think a GameSpot editor would bother to watch the damn things fully and use their brain before spouting off this nonsense. Well, Angry Joe, welcome to the freaking club. This has been a thing that these game journalists really, really love to do. They will really love to misrepresent people's opinions and call people sexist and racist for daring to disagree with the opinions of the majority, with the opinions of these game journalists. It happens, Joe. Welcome to the club. Should I get the ring on? Should I get a celebratory victory theme? Maybe just get the not the ding. Get the boxing get the boxing ring coming in. Welcome to the club, Joe. First time, Joe? It's the meme with James Franco that got hanged. First time. Also, speaking of first time, look who got banned from Reset Era. Looks like I'm deplatformed from Reset Era Forum for my bigoted comments regarding The Last of Us 2. However, judging from the threads, they banned me for my politics, which is so ridiculous. Well, Joe, welcome to Reset Era. They ban you for the dumbest of things. They ban people for not telling Terry Crews a Seriously, Reset Era. They have a bunch of people calling Terry Crews the C word, right? And then a bunch of people saying, hey, can we not call Terry Crews the C word? That's kind of racist. And then these people got banned. It happens, Joe. First time, welcome to the club. Is this the process? Is this gonna be one of those slow character redemption arcs of Angry Joe coming in and him slowly realizing that the world is fucked, that everybody, that the Cold War is fucking rigged? I mean, come on, Joe, come on. Apparently, they banned Skill Up YouTube as well. They banned a lot of people in Reset Era, Joe. First time. Probably the most intelligent, level-headed, well-thought-out The Last of Us 2 review to date. To be fair, it is. Skill Up's pretty good. How? Why? You know why? Never mind. Everyone, nothing to see here. Nothing of value was lost by being banned by these clowns. The amount of Angry Joe hate there is so damn surprising, considering this is one of the few websites that love my videos and posted about them regularly. I don't think so, Joe. I'm sorry. I don't know. Nah. Considering the behaviors that Reset Era, I don't think those people are gonna love the videos that you make. Seriously disappointed in you guys, Reset Era Forum, taking my play session of context and turning your back on us for what? Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. Hold on a second. Did you seriously expect Reset Era to be faithful, to be loyal? I'm sorry, Joe. You expect Reset Era to not rat on you, to not snitch on you? Joe, you can't be Well, you can be this naive, but still, Joe. Come on, Joe. That is just a dumb thing to say. That is just a dumb move. Expecting Reset Era to not snitch on you, to not rat on you. Welcome to hell, Joe. Welcome to Reset Era. Welcome to the club. Everybody's been suffering through this entire thing. But hey, I welcome everybody. I welcome everybody to come into the resistance and fight into this dumb culture war stuff. Go ahead. Oh, man. Yeah, there's that. Damn it, Joe. Anyway, what is this? I had no issue wearing a mask until I saw the 5,000 people preaching to me to wear it like some sort of virtue Wait, so let me get this right. You have no issue wearing a mask for, you know, because until people say that you should, until people preach on it. So what you're telling me is that you are going to risk your own life because people virtue signal about it. Oh, I don't want to wear the mask because people virtue signal about the mask. I'm wearing it. Masks are good on the walk from the car to the bar, then taken off as soon as I'm in the building. That is... not really. I suppose I should suggest that you do use it all the freaking time when you go outside in general. My friend had to cancel a trip home and see her grandpa this weekend, and she literally just found out he died and she couldn't be there because of people who wouldn't wear masks. So I guess I don't really care. Just wear it. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, that's a very asshole move. Mask isn't just like a personal choice that you should use. Mask is also to the protection of other people, so that if you're, for example, the one who get coronavirus, if you're the one who gets it some way or the other, you just want to make sure that other people don't get it too. Don't do it somewhere as you. Unless if you're a cynic, unless if you're one of those really apathetic people who just don't care about life in general, who just want everybody to be miserable, and therefore that's why you're gonna spread it everybody. So anyway, oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is a hoopla. So, did you know that there are a bunch of people out there decided that it would be a good idea to remake and revamp Yandere Simulator? And did you know that these people revamped the game and make the game actually run better, play better, looks better in the span of 2 weeks? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It only took just a couple of programmers, a couple of 3D animators and modelers or whatever, just a couple of people who have some spare time in just 2 weeks to actually make Yandere Simulator to be a lot better. Oh man. But it gets better. When can we have to build or play the game? Currently working on the first rival. It's not a son, and after she's completed, I'll give a pre-demo build to some people to test it as well. I'll work on a complete second rival, then release an online playable build that contains the first 2 rivals to demo the game. How long did it take to program everything shown in the video? Around 2 weeks! Oh my fucking god. Our now programmer and I are hard work at making this game optimized, great to play, and all-out fun experience. I'm not joking, it only took 2 weeks for all of this. Oh my god! Yandere Dev. Who is the rival? That's the fun part. You have to stalk Senpai to find out. Well, the first rival had a bodyguard. That's unrealistic. I'm focusing on organic game, blah, 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 blah. Are you gonna make a Patreon? Will the game cost money on release? We don't need money to develop a game like this! So... you're telling me that not only that this game can be finished in a very limited span of time, but the fact that you don't need to get money from it? Jesus! Yandere Dev! Oh, feels bad. Yandere Dev. I think I can feel Yandere Dev squirming on the fact that people can do a lot better job than him. Not only that, but the fact that they don't need money. Jesus, oh my god, the absolute state. Just to illustrate to you the things that he could have done, but instead didn't do. Well, actually, I would rather him not do it, because we all already seen how much of an unoptimized mess the leaked source code for Yandere Simulator is. But Yandere Dev, ring. Oh my god, what is this? Upward thrusting buildings ejaculating into the sky. Do cities have to be so sexist? Guardian! I mean, of course, it's from you, Guardian, but Guardian! Toxic masculinity is built into the fabric of our urban spaces, writes Leslie Kern, author of new book Feminicity. And the results aren't just divisive, they can be lethal! Upward thrusting building. Fucking lethal. Oh no. Oh man. That said, our built environments can still reflect patterns of gender-based discrimination. Apparently buildings are sexist now. The lethal dong! To imagine the city and its structures as neutral places where complicated human social relations are staged is to ignore the simple fact that people built these places. Well, yes, people built these places, but people build these places, they build it in that particular fashion for good reasons. As the feminist geographer Jane Dark said, our cities are patriarchy written in stone, brick, glass, and concrete. Well, hey feminists, if you want your cities to not be built by the patriarchy, how about you build it yourself? Hello, how about you have women to actually be the workers here, actually doing the bricks, the glasses, and the concrete, be the construction workers. Sorry, what? You don't want to? You want the men to it? Well, you get the patriarchy world that you deserve. I am sorry, feminists. That's what you're gonna get. You get what you fucking deserve. As long as you don't want to build it yourself, as long as you don't want to do the construction work, you're going to have a patriarchy world. To put it simply, this patriarchy world that you have, feminists, is because of you. You made this to happen. You get what you fucking deserve. As far back as 1977, an American poet and professor of architecture named Dolores Hayden wrote an article with the explosive headline, "Skyscraper Seduction, Skyscraper Rape." Oh my god! We have a Me Too scandal for skyscrapers. Oh man, I can't read. We have a Me Too scandal for skyscrapers. Those awful, evil skyscrapers raping women without their consent. Oh man, I need to breathe. That fucking killed me. Oh man. Are you sure this isn't an April 1st article, Mark? Oh my god, it's made in July. Is this a late April Fool's joke? Oh my god. Hayden tore into the male power fantasies embodied in a celebrated even urban form. Like I said, feminists, if you don't want to live in a patriarchy world, build your own non-patriarchy world. Build your own matriarchy world with your own sweat, with your own blood and sweat, with your own concrete, with your own time. Oh, no, hold on, no. We need to let the men should do all the construction work. The feminists should do the complaining on Twitter and talk about how the world is built in patriarchy. You brought this on yourself. Oh my god. Oh, sky rape. Dong rapers. Oh my god. The Office Tower, she wrote, is one more addition to the procession of phallic motifs. Oh my god. This can't... Guardian, you cannot seriously publish this article, Guardian. This can't be. This has to be it. Somebody must have fucking pulled my leg here. This can't be a real article. Oh man. Including poles, obelisks, spikes, columns, and watchtowers, where architectors unironically use the language of base chef and I don't even I just I don't even know. It's the dumbest fucking shit. Oh my god. While drawing upward thrusting buildings, ejaculating like into the night sky. While drawing upward thrusting building, ejaculating like into the night sky. So what you're saying? Does the Earth get pregnant? Is that what you're saying? Does the Earth get pregnant so much that they have to build more skyscrapers? Is the Earth reproducing more and more skyscrapers? Is skyscrapers ejaculating their lights into the sky a process reproduction for all of the rest of the skyscrapers? Can anybody make an Earth Chan? Can Earth Chan being fucked by skyscraper Chan or something? I don't know. What is this? D&D is a shit game. It's broken, it's janky, you need to mod it to shit even if you have a decent time. Sounds like a Bethesda game. You can disagree, whatever, but you cannot deny that D&D half-heartedly panders to marginalized voices but never does the actual right thing. Seriously? That's the reason why D&D is a shit game? I expected something else, but okay, whatever. Because the dirty secret that's in fact not secret at all is that Dungeons & Dragons is dependent on the money coming from casual racist and misogynistic grognard. The fuck are grognards? The ones who pollute your mentions and a vile ooze of noise and derision. Okay. I don't know what else to say about that. Carrying on. Okay, what is this? 24 straight hours of gamers hurling blithering invective at me for gently mocking their kitty hobby. Did you? I kind of missed that. They seem a bit insecure. By the way, playing video games on occasion isn't the issue. It's these 34-year-old guys from whom liking video games is a central feature for their identity. As someone who was fairly obsessed with video games as a kid, and if I had a PS4 readily available now would probably play all day, I recognize gaming as an enjoyable and normal pastime. The loser aspect is these aging guys who derive their entire life's meaning from it. Well, there are definitely people who talk about video games on YouTube, who write about video games, who discuss video games, who play video games for a living. So I suppose you can say these losers these losers have video games as their entire life meaning because it's their fucking job. But okay. And even if you don't derive your entire life's meaning from it, but your leisure and meaning derivation habits are exactly the same as when you were 12, as in video games remain your primary life interest. I do question what that says about your maturation as a human. So wait a second, you're telling me that playing video games is immature. Okay, my question is, what is that? Is that the one thing that defines maturity in human beings? Is the fact that people play video games? It's not exactly the one thing that defines maturity. I mean, you can be mature. You can play video games and be mature. It's possible. You can enjoy any other entertainment media that's quote unquote childish and still be mature. That's not exactly that's not exactly the mark of a mature person. That's the first question. And the second question is, who gives a damn about being mature? I mean, anybody who's like obsessed with the fact that people need to be more mature than they are, that they are so childish. These people are so childish. I think they're the ones who have their own insecurities. These people are projecting. I think it was a quote from C.S. Lewis. It was, I'm paraphrasing, adults who got obsessed by maturity, by the idea of being mature are not adults. Just something along those lines. But anyway. The idea of 2 + 2 equaling 4 is cultural, and because of Western imperialism and colonization, we think of it as I'm not even gonna bother moving on from that. Oh, I'm moving on from this one because this person regretted this particular meme. Yeah, moving on from that. But anyway, what is this? Oh. This hoopla. I'd like to address the attention I've received regarding my Princess Yue cosplay. I'm a huge Avatar fan. I was excited when the show was being offered again on Netflix, so I rushed to bring back my Yue cosplay. That being said, I want to make it clear that not one character from Avatar The Last Airbender is white. Technically speaking, yeah. I suppose you can say Zuko's not. Asian. Zuko is Asian-esque, but not white. But I can recognize how, as a white person, choosing to cosplay an indigenous character was insensitive and distasteful, regardless of the matter how it was done. I want to apologize for making that choice. As a cosplayer, I've seen how POC people of color cosplayers, especially black cosplayers, are constantly treated. Any criticism I've experienced is nothing in comparison to the trauma they have faced daily. Cosplay is a transformative hobby that should foster inclusivity, not one that should be based around excluding or ridiculing anyone for the color of their skin. I'll continue to share and uplift black and people of color cosplayers through my stories to help bring them love their hard work they deserve. Okay, so here's the thing. You got a character from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Princess Yue, who, let's just say the fate doesn't exactly do a very good job in making her to have a good life. But anyway, you got this character over here. You got this cosplayer. The cosplayer is white and the character is not white. And you got a bunch of people criticizing her because she's cosplaying a character that is not white. Typical social media behavior. But the thing is, we'll get to it in a bit, but there's more statement from her. Comments will be turned off from here and out. When I made this post, it was to acknowledge how important it is to encourage greater diversity and acceptance in cosplay, and to apologize for any implication my costume may have had in furthering a whitewash standards. So in other words, this cosplay is designed to make a conversation of some sort, to create a conversation, but unfortunately people don't care. People don't care. They're just going to hound this person for being a white woman who plays or cosplays a non-white character, right? So I receive many complaints on my Yue cosplay that I'm thankful for, but why are black and POC cosplayers publicly ridiculed for cosplaying the same character? This happens constantly, regardless of the character's skin tone and race. My actions alone do not dictate any laws of what a character should look like or who should be allowed to cosplay what. But in order to have a true discussion about inclusivity, we need to talk about the core power imbalance in cosplay and the steps we can take to remediate it. It was my decision to remove my pictures and hope to other cosplayers that don't have the same privilege I do will have a chance to get the attention they deserve as well. Especially at this moment in history, we need to do better. So essentially, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to prove in this particular conversation is that if you are a white person cosplaying as a non-white character, you are a racist. The opposite is not. The opposite is supported, while this over here is discouraged, but the opposite is supported, even though they pretty much apply the same thing. But then these people are going to go, oh, power imbalances, etc., etc. But if you remove that particular discussion out of that, it's pretty much the same concept. It's another person from another race cosplaying as another character. Okay? So you got this person over here. You got this non-white person cosplaying a dark-skinned person cosplaying a light-skinned person. Let's just say that. Okay? And cosplay is pretty good. Okay, cosplay is pretty good. It doesn't actually fit with the character's skin tone, obviously. But as long as you're passionate about cosplay, as long as you're passionate about the character, people are fine with it. People are cool with it. And even Japanese people who are talking about this, they're pretty much the ones that the fake media, this character Rin, for example, are focused on. Even they are okay with this. They are okay with any other black people or Asian people or whoever cosplaying as these characters, even though they're not part of their race or their skin color is not the same. It's cool. So when this is okay, why is this not? It's because the person is white, and the person is white is doing a non-white character, and that's racist. But this is somehow not. It's the double standards that we're having. It's the double standard, that's one, and then two, it's going to be the discussion of the power imbalances within society. It's the power imbalances within society. It's how one race is much better than the other. Yeah, in certain areas it is. In America, without a doubt, for sure it is. But the world is in America. The world is in America. And unfortunately, the Twitter sphere, right? The Twitter sphere is so US-centric. It's so American-centric that it's just insane that every single conversation that a lot of people have on Twitter is going to be like talking about racism and sexism or whatever. It's definitely going to be something or US or Western country-esque based setting. Okay, fine. Hold on, my dog needs to go out. Give me a minute. Dog's been begging to get out for a bit. But yeah, so this is just the dumbest thing. The dumbest freaking double standards that we're having in. Unfair. But again, there's nothing wrong with this. there's nothing wrong with this either, in my opinion. So how about we just don't complain about it? But it's just, the Twitter sphere is dumb. It's just dumb. It's been populated by the 10% of the crazies who make 80% of the tweets. So there is that. And why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? I'm dumb. I am so freaking dumb. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? So there's this particular hoopla right here that I need to talk about, but I almost just barely close to not censoring that. Okay, so after being told to delete absolutely every supposedly Shota drawing from this particular, so you got an artist over here, and this artist and this artist got banned from, oh sorry, not got banned, but let's read it anyway. So after being told to delete absolutely every supposedly Shota drawing from Pixiv and Twitter, Patreon is now monitoring my other sites, which is sketchy. I still got suspended after giving me an ultimatum for today, the 6th, for this 2 draws I did remove. So yeah, this over here, you got an artist who drew Shota porn and actually other porn in general in external websites other than Patreon, and Patreon still suspended this particular character, this particular artist. So hi Agaka, in my previous emails I stated that Patreon does not tolerate any sexualization of minors. This means that any character or depiction that appears to be minors in sexually explicit scenarios are in violation of this policy regardless of the intended narrative context. Since there's still content on your Pixiv page that is in clear violation of this policy, I have applied a temporary suspension on your account. So these 2 particular fan arts is a short stack Futa character commissioned by a particular person, a commissioner a long time ago, and Midna from Zelda. Why Midna? She's also in short stock. Please take your time to go through your project and remove any and all content that sexualizes minors. So essentially what happens is Patreon is policing artists to remove content on the websites that they don't make, to remove these particular artworks. Okay, they pretty much decided, hey, if you do these sorts of artworks, you need to remove them, etc., etc., etc. It makes me start to think that I think the best way, the absolute best way for artists to thrive these days is if they make both safe for work and not safe for work art. If they actually do both of those things, or either that or if they both make safe for work and not safe for work art, but they use the safe for work art, try connect that safe for work art into a Patreon page or something like that, and that not safe for work art, you do it anonymously or something along those lines. I know that one's not going to produce a lot, and you're probably not going to get, and you're probably not going to be able to link your Patreon page in it, but still, it's just strange that Patreon has this really standard that if you do these particular things, these sexualization of characters, yeah, it's strange that these particular artworks are banned, but there are so many other artists who drew minors, or at least characters that appear to be minors, and they decided to ban them. That or just don't use Patreon. I mean, Patreon is shit anyway. Yeah, there's also, I suppose you can use Pixiv. You can also, I think PayPal kind of do this. Sorry, not PayPal. Ko-fi kind of does this. I don't know. It's just, it's kind of weird. I'm not an expert on this particular topic. If you're an artist who are drawing not safe for work art, especially not safe for work or loli or Shota art, you really need to find websites that are alternative to Patreon, etc., because Patreon is going to warn you. Probably Patreon is going to ban you. It happens. It's just the thing. So anyway, there's that. Oh my god. Speaking of artists, actually OnlyFans is not a bad suggestion. OnlyFans is not a bad suggestion. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe it will work, but I don't know. Do artists actually go to OnlyFans? Anyway, let's talk about this. And everyone, do not trust this particular account. I am not the person who would expose someone like that, but that's a serious matter, which I think should spread awareness for the other artists as well. Please read carefully and share if you can. Let's talk about this. This, my friend, is a choosing beggars story. It's kind of a really stupid story, and one that I should warn people in how to not deal, one, in how to not ask for commission, and two, how not to deal with someone simply asking for a commission. So let's get to particular hoopla. Hi, Millie. Are your commissions open? Yeah, of course. Can I get commission done? I love your art. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. What do you have in mind? Can you do a sketch of an OC of mine? Sure. Post a sketch or a colored sketch or a rough sketch. Gotcha. And then the guy posted the sketch. Hey, I did a very rough sketch. Does this work alright or should change something up? He looks like Joker from Persona 5. I just finished your commission. Thanks. Hope you like it. And then now you put the PayPal page. No. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it, okay? How you should do it at the very least is, hey, are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay for this particular commission? Okay, you need to ask this person if this person is willing to pay before you actually draw it. Okay? Or at least at the sketch level, okay? Sketch doesn't take as much time as a full drawing like that. At least at that point, you're just like, hey, here's a PayPal link. If you want me to continue, pay me more or something along those lines. This is the wrong order. This is just really, really, you need to order this better, okay? And of course, this person, this is a very foolish mistake from this particular artist. You should have asked for payment first because, hello? I still haven't received a payment. What's up? Yeah, you should have asked first. Give me a few days and I'll have it. How many days? Gotcha. Yeah, I'll get you back in 5 days then. Can you pay? It's been 5 days already. It's been 6 days already. Why are you gonna pay? Yeah, you should ask for payment first before you finish the drawing. Oh, jeez. I feel bad. Why would you commission me if you can't pay? Because I like your art and you're the only good artist on here. Yeah, unfortunately, the worst part of this entire thing, we'll get to the absolute worst part of this entire thing. That's not a reason to just pay me. I'll usually get people paid before I start drawing, but since we are mutuals, I trusted you and did my work first. Seriously, that's not right from your side. I'm pretty mad right now. I'll be honest, I wasted all my money getting commission from other artists. Still not an excuse. You gotta pay her. I'm out of money. I don't even have $5. You gotta remember. Then why even ask for commission if you don't have the money? Okay, fine, I'll pay. Well, good. How much was it again? 15 euros. Hold on, 16. Okay, I think I can afford that. So just let me use a stolen credit card to pay. Excuse me. No. Don't do that. Don't. Just tell me when you paid. How long are you gonna take? It won't let me pay. I'm being serious. I've tried like 11 times to pay, but it keeps rejecting my card. I don't believe you. It's been 6 days. You're writing like you don't care at all. You don't want to pay. Oh my God. Dude, ask for payment. Any artists out there, please. Please, every single artist out there, please do not be this naive. Please ask for payments. If somebody is asking for commission, negotiate payment first. You can do it progressively, like say, hey, you can pay it halfway through. Like let's say you pay $15 for a sketch first, and then you pay the next $15 for if you pay $30 for a full color, for example, $15 for the sketch. Hey, I'll pay you $15. You do the sketch. Okay, you're done, and then you finally pay $15 for the color. At least that's how I would have done it. But yeah, still, come on. I'm being serious. I've been trying 11 times to pay. I don't really know. I'm a loser anyway. Jeez. Dude. That has nothing to do with you not paying up. Okay, you're a loser. Pay up still. I don't care what you are. I want my money. If you keep acting up like this, I'm going to expose you. I can't blame her. What if I sent you money physically? No. Well, there goes my option. Maybe you can discard my drawing. I don't even like it anyway. Excuse me? Excuse me? There goes my options. Maybe you can discard the drawing. I don't even like it anyway. Hello? You just wasted this person's previous freaking time. My God. You don't even pay her. And then you have the temerity to say, oh, I don't like your drawing anyway. Excuse me, dude? What the hell? Just discard it. I bet you didn't even want to work on it. I forced you to. Well, of course you did. You didn't even pay her. My God. Oh my Lord. That doesn't have to do anything with the issue, the matter at hand right now. I gave you 5 days to pay me up for commission. You requested. It's been 6 days already. If you don't want to pay me and I trusted you, it doesn't matter any issues you have with yourself right now. You shouldn't have commissioned me anything if you knew you couldn't pay up. Commission is commission. When I sent you a sketch, you also approved of it. So it's another excuse that you don't like it anyway. Also, for the artist, please ask for payment during the sketch. Do not even bother to finish it. Please ask for payment first. I'll pay you, but I still hate it. I've seen you do way better. I think you could have done a lot better. Yeah, you could have told her. You could have told her during the process before she finishes it. My God. I already said you like 3 times now. Do you accept stolen money? Excuse me? What the fuck? Do you accept stolen money? Where did you get the stolen money from? What the fuck, dude? But I don't accept stolen money. I'm still paying you. What the fuck? Dude! Dude, what the fuck? Where did you get? Oh my God. Just pay. I will, just you could have put a little more effort into it. I mean, why did I commission you in the first place? Yeah, a commission is a transaction. It involves money, fam. It involves money. You pay somebody for their service in producing something. Excuse me. Hello. My God. So after I pay you, I can't commission you again, right? I don't have a credit card. I'm a fucking minor. And there you go. That's the most heartbreaking thing of the situation. This is a kid. This is a freaking kid. This is a freaking kid who just, oh my God. Oh, both of you. Oh, it's just sad. At this point, it's just really freaking sad. Like, I can't even think of you as an asshole anymore. You're just a kid. My God, kid. Oh, you're, I just... PayPal doesn't require credit. Actually, PayPal does require credit card for payments. Now pay, like you said you would. Wait, it doesn't? Someone offering me to give $5, but I can't accept it. Okay, so no money, then I'm going to expose you now. Don't expose me, then extreme dick move to do. Oh, now you're going to talk about an extreme dick move. How about the extreme dick move of not paying the artist the art that she worked on? Jesus, kid. If you want to unfollow me or even block me, that would be fine, but don't expose me. Like, if you owe me $18 they couldn't pay me, I wouldn't expose you. This is private business between us, not for everyone else to know. Yeah, it's a dick move to not pay the artist, that's for one. And for two, it's a dick move that this person, you deserve to be exposed because you just worked this artist to death. You just worked this artist. You worked this artist. You didn't pay this artist his freaking labor. My God. It accepts debit cards not as a payment, at least in my case. It accepts debit card, but not as a way to pay. Fair, but I'm an ass to everyone, so that's no excuse. I'm an ass to everyone. That doesn't mean I don't pay for my whatever. Of course, you ignore everything I say. Typical girl thing. Jeez, shut the fuck up, you little fucking brat. Oh my God, brat. I knew this is gonna happen. I'm always right. Oh, you can't pay. Well, too bad. You were cool. What happened? Fucking brat. And funny thing is, this entire thing ends with the... this entire thing ends rather peacefully. Hi, Melissa. This is being sent under my cousin's account, but this is Tim. Please accept the $20, and I'm very sorry, Tim. So... he finally ended up paying her, which is at least a good ending for everybody involved. For most people involved. Okay, not exactly. This is just, at this moment, there's so many freaking bad shit after bad shit throughout their journey that the fact that this person is paying the artist is just, it's good. It's good, but still. First off, again, to a lot of artists out there, please ask for payment. If somebody asking for commission, okay, ask for payment. Unless if you're doing them a favor, okay? Unless if you're doing them a favor, unless if you're making a fan art for, if you're a fan of their content, you're making a fan art for them, you're willing to do it for free, right? Go right ahead. But if somebody asks for commission, somebody requests you to draw something, and you are an artist, they are essentially commissioning you for something. They're commissioning you for the work, for your particular time. Ask them for payment, please. And second, and for the commissioners, for the people who want to commission pay them, for the love of God. Jeez. Or prepare the fact that you're gonna be paying them. Anyway, next, what is this? Love it when pedophiles openly expose themselves. Okay, what is this? Cartoon characters are children. Here's some anime ass, now cry about it. Love it when pedophiles openly expose themselves. Okay. Okay, what is the Gatoro? What is a fan art of Gatoro? What is a fan art of Suyu from My Hero Academia? What's pedophilic about them? What's so pedophilic about them? It's because both of them are high schoolers, is that it? It's just an art from Code Sexy Robots. What's wrong with it? Because I'm not a pedophile, you can eat my dick and suck the skin off the bone. You're a creep for wanting to even draw children like that. Okay, first off, you can look at these characters and say, these are not children. These are high schoolers. If you're gonna call high schoolers children, well, that's your prerogative, but goddamn. I'm Huey, I rap and produce. Seriously? 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 You're doing this? You're gonna be doing this seriously? I rap and produce as well as draw. I Mixmaster $20 for. Okay. How about you get just donate to me? I haven't had donation in a while, guys. It's been 2 hours and no $5. $5. Anyway, but seriously, another person to block. Lovely. Also, I'll report you because this is against Twitter's terms of service. Okay, again, so this is. Okay, what is this? What is in violation of this policy? Any content that depicts or promotes child sexual exploitation, including visual depiction of a child engaging in sexually explicit or sexually aggressive acts, illustrated, computer-generated, or other forms of realistic depictions of a human child in a sexually explicit context or engaging in sexually explicit acts. Emphasis on realistic. Emphasis on realistic. I don't know about you, but not a lot of these like anime characters are what I would consider to be realistic. Sexualized commentaries about Monica! God damn it, Monica! Monica. Monica coming in and ruining the entire stream for everybody. God damn it, Monica. I don't know which slide I was on. Where was I? There you go. Jeez. Freaking Monica coming in. Where is I? Anyone remember when people are trying their damnedest to justify this design into the big conicals too? Okay, what about it? The people quote tweeting this saying, "You think she's pretty? Die." Hey! Yes, I'll die then. Please stop telling me I got a problem with this. Yes, you do. Yes. Yes. You do. Yes. Yes, you absolutely do. You absolutely... You absolutely got a problem. You absolutely got a problem with tits. This has to do with the fact that tits do not make a good character design. Okay. Nobody says that. She could walk on them for all I care, but that'd still be more interesting than what we got. Well, that's your opinion. But apparently people disagree with your opinion. That means that those people should die. But you're still sexualizing kids. They're drawing lines of paper with no feelings. Stop comparing real child sexualization to anime characters is beyond disrespectful. You sexualizing anime kids is more disrespectful. Vincent 207, they to $1. Really wish these people could just live and let live. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get this straight. You sexualizing anime kids is more disrespectful than saying that anime kids being sexualized is disrespectful to than comparing real child sexualization to anime characters. How? How one is an actual event that happens in real life while one is completely within a fictional context that has nothing to do with real life events? Priorities, fam? They're fictional, but you are not. You are a grown-ass adult sexualizing drawings of minors at your big age. Fucking weirdo. Here's the thing. How long are you gonna bet that this person's gonna be exposed for sexualizing? Well, whoa. Hold on, that's pretty quick. When I say fuck the police, that's a character from Free. You just sexualize a character from Free. The characters in Free are high schoolers. So, every time, right? Every time. By the way, if we're banning Ayagaw clothing from events, which you should, let's also stop doing weird shit like this. It's from... Oh... Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Well, I don't know how we're gonna approach this. Zero. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know who Zero is, he is a Smash player and a YouTuber who got exposed for grooming children or grooming 14-year-olds. Yeah. So this is gonna be a rough one. This person over here, Zero, has said, my stream mascot Serena has also received a Tempo Storm new look done by this particular artist. So yeah, Zero, if you guys need a bit of a backstory with Zero, the particular scandal that I actually not follow as much as other, I actually followed a little bit more than compared to any other Smash players because funnily enough, I remember back in the day, back in a time where let's see, remember, you know, I'm just gonna open the PowerPoint because let me remind you of a very, very ancient time. Not exactly ancient because this is back in 2015, but I did cite his video. I did cite this video when. Do you guys remember this? Hold on a second. Let me find this. This hoopla. I came on Twitter to tell everyone I was okay. The amount of kind words you have given. Wow, this is exactly a year ago. The amount of kind words you have given to me is honestly really overwhelming. It made me feel really wanted. I know you need to try it harder. So, do you guys remember this hoopla? This hoopla involving a female Smash Pro player who beats another Smash Pro player. And apparently people really hate her because she's beaten this particular Smash player. Yeah, do you guys remember this hoopla? That was a year ago. That was a Smash Brothers hoopla a year ago, and it escalated quite well in the next year. Oh boy. A 15-year-old girl get harassed after beating a pro R Smash Bros. Reef into a spiral of flame wars. Wow. This takes you back, doesn't it? I actually made a video on this. Do you guys remember this? It's a year ago. Pape who's 16. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh man, these Smash Bros players, man. These names back in July 2019. Look at these names, and now I feel. Oh god. Jeez. Oh jeez. I'm not participating in the Keem tournament. I don't condone to support any hate that comes to individuals for the videos I make. I only try to spread positivity. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Zero got hate for this video. I have a background on it, but essentially, he got hate for this video because he covered up the particular girl who destroyed the Smash Ultimate player, Bocchi. But the problem is, even the girl Bocchi herself, she got into a bit of a hoopla. Because she has said some really spicy things. Where is that? Yeah, this. She said, Okuyasu? Did I see a very problematic word there, Okuyasu? Okuyasu. I see a very problematic word in there. This sick fuck just said the N-word, Okuyasu. So yeah. This was the Smash hoopla a year ago. This was a year ago. And oh my god. And not speaking of a year ago, the person that Bocchi beat also had a sexual predator allegations controversy. It was a year ago. And I talked about this. And now it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse and worse as time goes on. More and more Smash players are exposed. In fact, you know what? I might as well open that. You see this? You see this, ladies and gentlemen? Just look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You look at this. This is just the Reddit thread just got deleted. But look at the names. Look at the stories. Look at these allegations. Jesus, look at that. There's so many of them, so many stories, so many experiences. I mean, oh my god, being a woman in Smash is just toxic. Related to exploitation, fetishization, degradation of women, racism, transphobia, thievery, etc. Oh, it goes on. It goes on and on. And there's more. It's bad, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say it's bad. It's gone a lot worse than when we left off the last year. Yeah. Hey, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, we're talking about Zero. We're talking about this person saying, by the way, if we're banning Ahego clothing from events, which you should, let's also stop doing weird shit like this. Okay. How about ban kids from Smash? I'm sorry, the ban kids from Smash Pro Tournament. Okay, how about this? No. Here's a much better suggestion. Ban Smash Pro Tournament in general. I mean, at this point, I mean, if you've seen the list. You've seen the list, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen the stories. I mean, that's like loads and loads of stories out there. Allegations after allegations been thrown to one Smash player to another. How about, and this is the big brain move, again, just cancel Smash Bros event in general. I mean, it's just toxic. I mean, last week we were talking about how there's a 24-year-old woman, like, approaching a 14-year-old boy, a Smash freaking player, a 24-year-old woman, the 20-year-old woman plus, approaching a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old boy. Jesus freaking Christ. We just talked about it last week. My God, dude. Am I missing something? It's just an anime girl. Your mascot could be literally anything. To ever be a young girl in a skirt and thigh highs is incredibly specific and incredibly strange. Much like Aigo, clothing isn't going to immediately turn into a predator with one look. This is normalizing weird fetishes over time. Well, it's a problem with the Smash community. Now, I don't know. The thing about the Smash community in general, let me tell you a very interesting hoopla that makes me go, okay, people are definitely going to make that connection. So, you got Zero here. Zero, who actually has been thrown allegation, who actually has text and screenshots of him basically trying to groom a 14-year-old, basically trying to have a relationship with a 14-year-old. Yeah, this person likes hentai. He likes hentai so much that he would actually share them on Discord. That's one. And two, he would actually show these hentais to people in public. Sorry, not in public, to his friends specifically. It's to the point where one girl got uncomfortable by it. And it's not just one girl. Leffen, another Smash Pro player, basically said something along the lines of, well, this guy has been doing that. The hentais that he showed, the hentai that he posts are something like this. He posts Rin hentai once, he posts Fate hentais. There's hentais of Oremo. So again, this is a guy who loves that sort of stuff. This guy who loves anime stuff. And this guy is grooming 14-year-olds. This over here, ladies and gentlemen, is one example. One of the fewest examples in my entire life that I've been seeing where somebody who consumes anime actually becomes a pedo. I know it's not as frequent as we see a lot. I mean, I deal with a lot of hooplas, ladies and gentlemen, and I barely see any of these anime folks, anime fans in general, who turned out to be pedos in real life. But now we got this, the Smash Bros guy, Zero, who's posting hentai and everything. Now, I'm not the one making the connection, but there are definitely people who will. There are definitely people who say, oh, like this person over here, because Zero decides to have an anime mascot, an anime girl as an anime mascot, therefore fueling more of the anime community, fueling more of the anime sorts of taste. Therefore, it will lead more and more people to pedophilia or something along those lines. So again, this is the wildest freaking case. It's just so freaking wild that it actually makes people, again, this is one of the very few examples that actually sort of, that you can make that connection. Again, I'm not making that connection, but there are definitely people who will. Again, I know that one does not mean the other, but there are people who will make that connection. There are people who say, oh, this is the definitive proof that anime will lead to pedophilia, etc., etc., etc. Of course it won't. But when you got that connection over there, they're gonna make it, oh my God. So yeah. Now let's talk about this. This is also another Smash Bro who made a statement, who made up statement telling everybody, I fucked up, I've done some things that I shouldn't have. There's a lot of Smash players out there, as I've showed it to you. Allegations after allegations of sexual assault, of smashing the little bros or smashing the little girls, or attempting or trying to have relationships or trying to smash these little bros or little girls. Yeah, those people are making statements saying that they apologize and anything like that. But then you got the Phantom Thief LARPers coming in and say, another successful infiltration by the Phantom Thieves. Farewell, Mans. We've done all we could to change your heart. Now go seek help and return a changed man. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. First off, obviously these are LARPers. These are LARPers. And second, this is not the first one. There's more. To the Smash community, the egregious sinner of lust, members of you have committed crimes unfitting of a friendly, all-encompassing gaming community. As such, we will steal your distorted desires without fail. Signed, the Phantom Thief. Oh my god. We got LARPers! 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 Okay, correction. He's a Fire Emblem content creator, not a Smash player, but again, it's been lumped into all together into one to the point where you just couldn't exactly tell the difference. Apologies for that. I'll correct that. He's a Fire Emblem. Thank you for the correction. But still, my point still stands. What are these LARPers? What the hell are these LARPers doing here? Madam Sin. Oh, this person over here. This is the 20-year-old girl that I referred to that is grooming the 14-year-old kid. The other bastard of lust. Just say bitch. It's not exactly the right gender, but okay. We know how you spread of your twisted desire of a minor they couldn't fight back. That's why we decided to take away those desires and make you to confess your sins. What is it with these LARPers, man? My god. These freaking LARPers. Chris the OC, an employee at Nintendo of America, has been abusing his ex-girlfriends. Of course, the Phantom Thieves that don't let people away with scummy shit like this. What? What the LARPers? Oh my god! The LARPers! Oh, the LARPers. These are definitely LARPers. They are definitely LARPers. If vigilantes, if they're vigilantes, that would imply that they actually do shit in real life, which they don't. You have been treating a man's suicide like a joke and don't seem to have any sort of dignity or respect. You know, the Phantom Thief LARPers, the fucking Phantom Thief LARPers have a very selective target. Definition of bastard, a vulgar term used to refer people born out of wedlock. It's also a mostly men-centric word, but I suppose you can use it as a gender-neutral word. It's mostly men. It says called bastard. Although to be fair, men get called bitch as well. But anyway, regardless, you try and defend saying this is what he wanted. Actually, it's what he expected. Will steal your distorted heart without fail. To those of us believe us fake. Of course, you have waited in the shadows, and this week we started fixing the Smash community. We will change the hearts of society's scum. Oh my god. The LARPers, man. Oh my god. Well, should I do my LARPing as well? Should I contact the Velvet Room? Should I contact Igor that we got a bunch of pretenders, we got a bunch of imposters? LARPing as a bunch of Phantom Thieves? Hey, I am a member, a card-carrying member of the Velvet Room. I can decide your fate, and therefore I have decided that y'all a bunch of fakers. What? There's also this. This is official Nintendo art. Cool. Cool. Characters in swimsuits. Cool. Maybe it's to draw Smash players' attention to more mature women. Oh, Smash players. Smash players. Get mature women. Fucking monster kill. Oh my god. It blows my mind that Gamergate was started because a bunch of gamers thought one indie developer slept over the... We've been through this. Moving on. Mr. Jeter into $25. Damn, bro. The Smash community is taking the word Smash too literally. Thank you so much for the donation. Keep them coming. I'm sorry, but you need graphic evidence of rape to believe women. You're a fucking misogynist. Y'all know why they really want the graphic evidence. It's a societal problem that starts with porn plus anime. Sorry, it has to be said. I was just talking about this. I told you exactly that there are gonna be people making these connections. Anime and porn plus porn somehow leads to misogyny, somehow leads to women being sexually assaulted, somehow leads to children being sexually assaulted. I don't even know what to say. And now let's talk about cancel culture, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, there are so many freaking Smash Bros players that got canceled at this moment. You know, the thing about cancel culture is that, okay, if it's petty as fuck, if it's for the pettiest or the stupidest of reasons, like people saying like somebody saying the N-word back in 2014 or something like that, then yeah, I suppose cancel culture is bad. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pro Smash players, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we have the pro Smash players actually grooming children, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, at that point, that you can't say that cancel culture is bad. There are times where people absolutely fucking deserve to be. But absolutely fucking deserve to be. They're grooming kids, for God's sake. But anyway, cancel culture is something that does not exist. But it is a very popular concept amongst people who do terrible things and don't like being held accountable. Well, hold on. First off, define your terrible thing. If by terrible things you mean, oh, this person said the N-word back in 2014. That's not a terrible thing. Everybody does that. Everybody does. I'm sorry to say this, but everybody does that. It's just the internet culture back then. It's just really stupid and toxic, etc., etc. Okay? But if you're talking about the Smash Bros. Scandal, they're freaking people grooming kids. Adults grooming kids. Yeah, that is pretty bad. Those people absolutely deserve to be canceled. So again, define what you mean as a bad thing. Who do terrible things. The problem with the United States is not that there's too much accountability, but there's too little. That's why I created my newsletter. Shill. Moving on. Donate to my Streamlabs instead. It's amazing that the self-proclaimed champions of free speech scream, "Stop criticizing me, you're attacking free speech," every time they say it's something pernicious and someone responds. That is the opposite of free speech. If you believe in free speech, defend your position. Now, hold on a second. You're going to cancel. So, essentially what you're saying is you're going to cancel here. The kind of cancellations you mean is the N-word. It's the N-word people say in the past. That's your standard of people being canceled. That they couldn't be held accountable for saying the N-word in the past. I'm sorry, first off, that's in the past. It's saying the N-word. Compared to, I don't know, grooming kids? I think we should be focusing on that instead of people saying the N-word. Anyway. Brad Stevens, who calls people bosses when they write something bad about him on Twitter, as a column. A good real problem is not child. Okay, politics, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking free speak bad for the tiresome group of people who just complain all the time about being silenced, but actually get paid lots of money to say boring things. I show my commitment to free speech by making my voice heard and defending my arguments for the merits. Your argument is shit, though. Moving on. Your regular friendly reminder that cancel culture does not exist outside the pages of new periodicals, and the rest of us just call it consequences. Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay? So you think that people who said the N-word back in like 2010s, back in the day, deserve consequences. Well, okay, what kind? What kind of consequences? That this person should be fired from their job? Do you think that it's a disproportionate consequence for saying the N-word in the past? Or losing their advertisement or losing their sponsors? Do you think that's a very disproportionate consequences? What about the consequences for the Smash players grooming kids? Or they should just be let go? They should just not talk about them? Should they be arrested? I don't know. Again, what do you mean is consequences? Define them. It seems to me that for the tiniest of mistakes, the consequences has to be if somebody drops a freaking stone in a very calm pond, that means the consequences should be a fucking tsunami. It's like, yeah, it's exactly that. It's like dropping a rock in the sea and then got hit by a tsunami. That's your definition of consequences. Oh, you. Cancel culture is a myth invented by comedians who are mad that college kids don't laugh at their jokes. Sounds like projection, Quinton. I'm sorry that people don't laugh at your jokes, Quinton, but that doesn't mean that just because people don't laugh at your jokes, Quinton, doesn't mean that the rest of those people cannot be funny. You're just not. Actually, there's more with Quinton. I'm moving on from that for a bit. The damn shame about YouTube is most of the creators I look up to already know who I am and think poorly of me. I wonder why, Quinton. Better creator at VidCon in 2019. I shook his hand. He said I was a fan. He made a face like he had just jug rotten milk. Yeah. Whose fault is that? Like edgy creators dislike me because I betrayed the YouTube community, and Lefty Click seems to have deemed me one of the bad ones in a dirtbag left, so they tend to run out of the room, avoid talking to me. Yeah, I wonder why, Quentin. I wonder why. Anyway, I will never believe that cancel culture is even real until creators like Keemstar have their careers taken away. So you don't believe that cancel culture is real because some people don't get the consequences that they deserve. Is that what you're saying? Just because some people got away with it doesn't mean that it's not real. I'm sorry to say this. Just because a person that you really don't like got away with it, that doesn't mean that it's not real. Cancel. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Fantano, what happened to you, man? Cancel culture would be a lot less controversial if it was being called people reacting to me being a shithead culture. Okay, first off, define being a shithead. Okay, saying the N-word back in the freaking Halo days or the Call of Duty days. That's normal. I mean, it's bad, but it's normal back then. It's definitely not normal now, all right? If people do it back then, it was normal back then. It was bad back then. It was still bad back then. It's bad right now, but it doesn't mean that people should be getting consequences. Okay, that's one. That's two. What's the consequences? What's the consequences of somebody saying the N-word in the past? That they should get fired from their jobs? Again, throwing a stone to the ocean only to get hit with a tsunami. The bitch boys are mad. No you. 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 Oh my God, what is this? They literally tried to cancel you 3 years ago for interviewing Sam Hyde, you an authentic fraud. And I settled my claims with lawyers and lived through it like a grown-up. But that's Paul Joseph Watson. Checkmarks fighting. Checkmarks fighting, ladies and gentlemen. 2 checkmarks fighting. I cannot believe I am here to witness this fucking amazing fight. Let them fight, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? Let them fight. Let them fight. Imagine my shock. And I settled my claims with my lawyers and lived through it like a grown-up. Now, where's that video response you promised me a few years ago, pussy boy? Working people can't afford some fancy lawyer and end up with their lives ruined, you bald retard. Rodrigo, you're fucking base. Absolutely. Exactly. Sounds like a capitalism problem. Whoa. Dude, what the fuck, dude? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. If you are poor and you cannot afford a lawyer, screw you. That's essentially what he's trying to say. If you're poor and you can't afford a lawyer, well, that's just capitalism. Now go blame capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. If you got canceled by somebody you can't afford a lawyer, well, that's capitalism problem. That's a capitalism problem. That's why we should have communism instead. Is that what you're trying to say? If only we could have communism. How can this be a capitalism problem? Okay, commie. Jesus. Fantano, what is... Yeah, it's not like people wrongfully judge and ostracize people based on public opinion and misinformation. That basically never happens. Well, when you're literally posting alt-right frog clown memes on Twitter, I think it's pretty easy to get a good sense of who you are. But you did this as well, Anthony Fantano. You posted Pepe and also Salsa Pepe. You did that. Anthony Fantano, you did that. Are we going to cancel you because you did that? Anthony? My God. For the stupid people who I know have responded to... You just cited Rational Wiki. You just cited Rational Wiki. You unironically just cited Rational Wiki. Oh my God. Oh man, you. How? What happened, dude? What has happened to you? What have you clowned yourself? Why have you clowned yourself? What's Rational Wiki? Very good question. Let me explain. Rational Wiki is the absolutely most biased freaking wiki page that will talk about the rationalists, the skeptics, or whatever. They will basically call a lot of people alt-right, a lot of people Nazis, even though they aren't. They call Gamergaters a bunch of Nazis. They really hate those Gamergate guys. They really absolutely hate those Gamergate guys. Let's just say it's a very biased, very, very biased wiki that means absolutely freaking nothing. It's a bad wiki. Trash wiki. Very biased, very trash wiki. And also wrong. It's the recent era of Wikipedia pages. Exactly. There you go. Perfect description. Gamers. I said something offensive, now people... You know, Anthony, not everybody who got offended by you are gamers, Anthony. How can you... It's kind of interesting in this, I suppose Anthony now is part of the leftist bread tube sphere, I guess. You can call it that. It's kind of interesting in the way how these people, okay, characterize everybody that disagree with them as gamers. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? It doesn't matter if the people who disagree with you are not gamers. I mean, would you describe Paul Joseph Watson as a gamer? I don't know about you, but I don't think so. I personally wouldn't describe Paul Joseph Watson as a gamer, but you characterize them as gamer anyway. Anthony? My God. Dude, I said something offensive and now people are offended. Cancel culture bad. I'm significantly more attractive than more. Oh, come on, Paul! Paul! No, Paul! You had a leverage against him, okay? You had a leverage against him. You got a point against him. Now you have to smugly make yourself look bad. Oh my God. Daniel went into $10. Shut up and take my money. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. Keep them coming. Paul! I'm significantly more attractive and more interesting than you. And so is my girlfriend. Your girlfriend is very ugly. And so are you. These are facts. Debate me. Imagine my shock. Paul! What are you doing, Paul? Bitch, you look like you have fetal alcohol syndrome. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God! Ethan Klein joins the fight! Ethan Klein joined H3H3 coming in and joining the fight, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have a battle royale, a three-way fight, ladies and gentlemen. It has gotten more and more interesting. Fight! Paul Joseph Watson's face should be on every carton of soy milk in the world. Correct, my face should be displayed everywhere possible because I am that handsome and authentic. Unlike you two little fake bitches. Let them fight, ladies and gentlemen. Let them fight. My God, it's checkmarks fighting each other. It's. Let's see if I can find that video. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to illustrate this entire ladies and gentlemen, allow me. Why is Linus talking about cancel culture? Holy shit. That is intriguing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, can I describe this particular scenario with a YouTube video that is that unfortunately excuse my use of the R word, but allow me to introduce you. The state this entire exchange over here is this. This describes the entire exchange. Oh, man, move on, y'all. Anyway, video of Grayson and Ethan Dolan saying homophobic slurs. The video is still on their channel. Thoughts? Okay. Context matters in this case. They're talking about what other people said about them. Oh, so they're not actually the one saying it. They're the one saying, people say this to us. True, but they still said it. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? They had the context right there. Okay, yes, context does matter, but at the end of the day, they still said it slower and they need to address. So context doesn't matter then. Carry on. Billy. Hello, Billy. Do you want to add the number of the R-word fights into 4 instead? Hyperscape Battle Royale game brings nothing new along with people of color characters. Wait, hold on. Billy, slow down. Billy, are you trying to tell me, that a game with people of color characters is degeneracy? Wait, hold on, Billy. Hold on. Am I reading this right? Are you trying to say that games that have people of color characters are non-white characters are degenerate? It's a count of degeneracy? Is that what you're trying to say, Billy? Did you know that you were an open white supremacist? Yes. Yes. Billy is a white supremacist. Yes. He cited the Daily Stormer. He unironically cited the Daily Stormer, that's 1. 2, he made a lot of very, very racist remarks to people. Okay. 3, that article. I have examples. I can examples that prove you that he is actually racist, actually sexist, actually etc. There's no need for his comment. It's proven many times. How? What the fuck do you mean how? There's literally a screenshot of him saying people of color make the game bad. Yeah. Because it's there as a political podium to preach cultural Marxism to gamers. That, or they just want to have them. You know, Billy, if Billy, just because they have a person of color as a character, people of color as a character, does not mean that they're trying to spread cultural Marxism, Billy. Just because they have characters that are not white doesn't mean that they're trying to spread cultural Marxism. Okay, Billy? My God. Low IQ idiots eat it up without question because they... Okay. You're trying to imply that everybody who disagrees with you have low IQ. Okay, sure. Without question because you have been conditioned to accept and consume without question. Hold on. Hold on. What do you want me to question? What do you want me to question this decision? Okay, they have a person of color in the game. So... how is that cultural Marxism? Are you saying that? So what's the solution for this then? Not have people of color in the game? Because that's what you're trying to say. Like, that's what you're trying to imply. That the solution for video games to not be accused of saying having cultural Marxism, etc., is to not have people of color. So for those of you guys, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you want to make video games, do not make them with non-white characters. If you like brown skin characters, if you like characters that are black, do not make video games with them. Because if you do so, it's cultural Marxism. Even though you don't believe it, it's still cultural Marxism. Or something along those lines. My God. Be angry that you're a cretin and less so that I can call them out. Yeah, Billy, I'm not sure if you're going to be... your characterization of someone else being a cretin is particularly accurate. Anyway, Legacy Killer HD is just angry because he's on the hashtag Traitors of America list for supporting domestic terrorists. Yeah, I think we all know about that particular hoopla. This is his way to show that he suckles on the teeth of cultural Marxists. You also tell me that I am the one who did it, even though I have criticized Sony's censorship. I have criticized The Last of Us Part 2 several times, even before you dunk on that article, even way before that got, even way before the freaking, what do you call it, the article, your hit piece to me, and yet you're still here. Oh man, I haven't gotten to Billy's list yet, but I mean, he made a special article on me. I'm special to him. I'm very, very special to him. I'm not just some guy on the list. I am very, very special to him. And to be fair, Billy, you're very special to me too, because you're fucking hilarious. To be fair, I'm not sure if that's true. Other accounts could have stolen her profile picture. Regardless, One Angry Gamer has been very open with the bigotry and racism over the years. Billy has a certain reputation, as Sophia Norwich could elaborate on this. Lol. Bringing a child abuse victim into the conversation because you got caught supporting treasonous factions trying to dismantle the US doesn't help your cause. As I've always said, I fight for freedoms and rights you neither deserve nor earned. Wow. Isn't that amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't it amazing that Billy is there to fight for the freedom, for his own freedom and for his own right? Freedom and rights that you people, you who disagree with him, neither deserve nor earned. All right? Okay. it's kind of interesting that we're having this mentality of we should be owning people, we should be owning them SJWs or whatever. Which is, to be fair, yeah, there are a lot of SJWs that are so fucking mental that at that point, Schadenfreude, is that how you put it? Just revenge in general is just sweet. But there's a point where everybody who disagree with you're basically saying the people who disagree with you don't deserve right. At that point, everybody who disagree with you, everybody who doesn't agree to your particular rhetoric, they don't deserve freedom, they don't deserve right. There you go, Billy. Everybody, all of you, if you disagree with him, you don't deserve right. I'm not on the list. So, Traitors of America expose that Black Lives Matter murders for people and advocates for Marxism. But this is a gaming website though, so Party Crasher Simulator lets you poison food, get chicks drunk, and bang them. Hashtag games for chads. See? Billy. Games for chads. A game for Chad is a game where you poison people's food and get chicks drunk and bang them. That's a game for Chad to you, Billy. That doesn't exactly sound like a game for Chad to me. That sounds like a game for, I don't know, criminals. But anyway, this is the sort of game that goes on and allows you to be as vile as you want, all for a few giggles and to feel jolly. The game doesn't have as much depth, but if the loops are fun, chicks are hot, and the challenges require a bit of thought and task, it's not all bad. Are you trying to tell me that this chick over here is hot, Billy? Billy? No? I imagine some people may rag on the game for allowing gamers to perform some heinous acts. Well, these are still in a fictional context. I mean, they're not gonna turn you into criminals, obviously. But still, Billy, you're calling this a game for Chad. You're saying that if you play this game, you're the one who said if you play this game, you're a Chad. Or something along those lines. Well, no. No, Billy. If you play this game, you're... What is this? But it sure beats all of the ridiculous SJW crap we've been force-fed by the AAA publishers. So let me get this straight. You would rather take a game where you poison food, get chicks drunk, and bang them instead of... Actually, AAA publishers have been putting shit lately, but still. Just because... Okay, Billy, this isn't exactly a game you should be shilling. Party Crasher Simulator is still a long ways off from release though. The game isn't due to drop off until July 1st, 2021. Hopefully it won't get deplatformed by pesky SJWs or CWs. The fuck is CJWs? Carl Johnson Watson. Carl Johnson Watson. CJ. You gotta need to get to the damn train, CJ Watson. Get to the damn train. You only got one job. All you had to do is get to the damn train, CJ Watson. CJ Watson. I think what he's trying to say is centrist justice warriors. Because again, you centrists, you people in the center, you people who disagree with Billy, you don't deserve rights. You don't deserve, as Billy said here, you don't deserve freedom, you don't deserve right. Because you dare to disagree with him. Anyway, Scrabble players look to bar racist or homophobic slurs, including the N-word from his official. Okay, first off, who plays Scrabble in 2020? I mean, it's a board. I know. Most people play Scrabble. What's the fucking word game that was on the app these days? That's kind of like Scrabble, but who plays Scrabble these days? And even so. People who play Scrabble don't really care about the rules as long as the words are in the dictionary. Oh. Anyway, obviously the N-word and other slurs should be bad, but I wouldn't hold it against anyone who uses it in a tournament when the money is on the line. Clockwork, you are absolutely freaking based. And of course you got banned. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nah, not in favor of this. I agree the words have no meaning in the Scrabble board mentality. Yeah, the words in Scrabble don't have any meaning. It's just words. It's just freaking words. Oh, man. This sounds like a nightmare to enforce and so many slurs have dual meanings. For example, F-word. The F-word can be a testy mean dish. User ban, consent trolling, inflammatory language. Well, these are the base people, and oh my god, what is this? A black Batman whose parents were murdered by Nazi cops makes so much sense. It needs to happen, especially now post George Floyd. A black Batman whose parents were murdered by Nazi cops, huh? Wait a second, a character from DC who got murdered by cops. Well, hold on a sec. Where have I ever heard of that one before? I think the name starts with a P, but oh wait, hold on a second. That character has the parents to be a criminal. So if that character turns black, then it's not exactly a good. You know what? I'll take that back. You go make your own original character, I guess. But it's Prometheus. For those of you non-comic book DC nerds out there. By the way, Prometheus is a character who is basically the reverse of Batman. He is a character whose parents got murdered by the cops. And the parents are basically criminals. Which is why I said, hey, if you were going to make this person black, not exactly a good look, isn't it? But anyway, oh my god. Batman's identity is that of a vigilante who is fueled by his parents' murder. Until now, it's always, or mostly always, been a white guy who is angry at criminals because his parents were killed by petty criminals. Well, the Batman identity himself is definitely adopted only by Bruce Wayne, but ever since then, you got Batwing, David Zavimbe, that's his name, how do you pronounce it? Zavimbe? And then you got Luke Fox as Batwing. Those two. And then if you want to expand yourself from black people into people of color, you got Cassandra Cain as Batgirl. The spin on the tale whereby Bruce Wayne is a black man whose parents were murdered by white supremacist cops makes incredible sense. Yeah, see Prometheus, except Prometheus is white. And don't change it to black because that would be very bad. But anyway. That Batman would see the system of police force in the US for what it is, a tool for white supremacy. You know, Batman actually does see the police system as flawed. It is a necessary thing, but it is a flawed system as well. Batman would have actually agreed with a lot of you guys, actually. Not the white supremacist part, but the fact that the cops are bad. I think your Batman would be on your side. I mean, if the cops are good, he wouldn't be Batman. Gotham would be peaceful and no crime at all. I mean, the cops are good, right? I mean, if the cops are good, then Bruce Wayne doesn't need to turn to Batman. Think about it. It would recontextualize his entire drive to be a vigilante. That story would bring something fresh to the character that no movie or TV show have brought so far. Yeah, there's no movie or TV show or any sorts of media in the current year that talks about beating white supremacy. Yeah, absolutely none. It's definitely a completely original concept that no one has ever thought of. It would also have the byproduct benefit of not making propaganda. Propaganda? Which a lot of Batman media are. The Dark Knight Rises the worst in the regard. Excuse me? Again, The Dark Knight Rises is post-Dark Knight, obviously. And Dark Knight, post-Dark Knight, the cops have genuinely improved post the Dark Knight. And all thanks to Batman and the rest. And yeah, whatever. Would Warner have the guts to finance the story? How about you do it on yourself? How about you make your own? It would create so much more controversy, much more than probably most conservative-led controversies about minority representation in media so far. Well, to be fair, those I would say those YouTubers who make these videos, they can't even stop making videos like these. Oh my God, bat guy. Bat guy. It doesn't sound as intimidating now. Bat guy. Shit. I forgot what I was talking about. More so than probably most conservative-led controversy about minority representation media so far. It's understandable that Warner would want to avoid this when they can take the safe road and still make tons of money, but it should happen. I hope I can see this movie in my lifetime. Well, instead of a black guy, they got the vampire to play as Bat, which is I mean, it's a Twilight vampire, but it's still a vampire nonetheless. Which is kind of an apt casting. Batman is basically a cop. Yep, Batman is already an upper-class white dude who thinks the best way to fight crime is to keep the status quo and beat up poor people rather than use his untold billions and tackle the root of the problem by investing into schools, better public housings, and jobs. Okay, hold on a second. First off, Batman isn't just like Batman is not any other billionaire that you know in real life. First off, and second, Batman beating up poor people. Yeah, because Salvatore Maroni is poor. Carmine Falcone is poor. Freaking, my God, the list of the Joker is poor. Freaking, Black Mask is poor. Roman Sionis is poor. Yeah, Black Mask is Roman Sionis, but still, seriously. Rather than use his untold billions and tackle the root of the problem by investing in schools, better public housing, and jobs. Yeah, because investing on all of these things will surely solve the rampant crime and corruption that happens within Gotham City. Sure. Also, could this Batman not be a sanctimonious prick about killing? I feel like he would be very much justified. I do agree that Batman can be a sanctimonious prick about killing, but this ain't the reason why he should. I think I made a video a long time ago where I disagree that Batman shouldn't kill. Why I disagree with the whole Batman's whole philosophy that the moment he kills, he's going to basically spiral more and more into killing more and more people. I mean, in Batman Begins, he killed Ra's al Ghul, and he didn't actually kill anybody as ever since. Okay, I suppose Harvey Dent. You can count Harvey Dent, but Harvey Dent fell down. Batman could have saved Harvey Dent, but actually depends on the story. Depends on how the writers write it. But anyway, let's talk about this. So let me get this straight. At Donald Mustard, you guys arranged a very informational video about Black. So Fortnite nowadays has been used as a, I suppose what you call it, augmented reality sorts of space where you can, I guess, watch shit. Apparently you can watch people's concert in Fortnite now. You can also watch Christopher Nolan films in Fortnite, which is very, very weird. Watch films in general in Fortnite, or when they announce the event it's gonna be in Fortnite, which is very weird. And now Fortnite is being used as a media for a very informational video about Black Lives Matter. But the problem is, there is a vending machine with infinite tomatoes beside the screen. And the entire lobby were throwing them at the screen the whole time. They're actually throwing tomatoes. I mean, why is this a platform to be used to spread? This is a very serious topic you're talking about here. This is a very serious topic. It's Black Lives. But you're doing it in such an immature space where kids are here just to enjoy shit, just to play shit. What are you doing? I think I really should play that epic fail song. I need to play every epic fail song that I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. Yeah, I mean, and I'm also gonna play this. What are you doing, you people? My God. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's stream. It has been a pleasure for joining in, you guys, for this wonderful, wonderful stream of absolute hoopless, absolute degeneracy, absolute madness of characters, of people being just stupid and dumb in general. Thank you so much for joining in the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I will play this music continuously. Thank you so much for the donations. The donations have been great. Absolutely. If you guys want to support this channel, Streamlabs link down below, Patreon, whatever. No, don't Patreon. Patreon has been shit lately. So just donate to me straight on Streamlabs right down below. People chose to donate there instead. We just thank you so much for the donation, guys. Keep them coming. Or Subscribestar or Ko-fi or whatever. Or just straight on direct to the PayPal or whatever. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Come on, Bachelor of Hearts. Play it straight to the stream. Play it straight to the end. Oof.